Okay, we have a recap, Cass?
Okay. Wait, I need to take a drink of something. This might take a minute or two. It is 3 pages long.
Oh my god. Girl, don't do that.
Or
But it's in Kiara's point of view. It's like okay, so last time on Acquisitions Incorporated, Rated X, because that's how we roll, the squishiest of the squishies decided to continue their exploration of the haunted house, in quotation marks, without their Tank Grynar and their thick, with 2 C's, Cleric Tank Yop. Dumb, right? Oh well, let's go. But they didn't care. They pretty much were accepting that at any moment their god would just smite them with natural 20s and kill them by spider bites. After nice investigation skills from their pyromaniac Nikaris and their brains of the group Zashel, they found a mysterious spell book with the letter S carved onto the cover. They then told the girls that they found out what the Morse code that they found on the table meant. Is it safe? Everything is safe. Come to the ship. All in quotation marks. So, still not 100% sure what the Morse code exactly is useful for at the moment, they continued forward through the secret door. As they were going through the secret door, their sexy succubus Kiara convinced the group to allow the yummy Ned, also a very naked guy still at this point, to be given a crossbow and some crossbolts. Then, not even 30 seconds later, she very soon regretted her decision as Ned shot her in her left tit. She ran around the corner to find 3 more ruffians as she put out her hand and cast a very powerful sleep spell. Yumi, enraged by the fact that her weapon was used to attack an ally, picked up her own bow and shot Ned, sent her in the head, pinning him to the wall. Pin the tail of the donkey don't got shit on her. Then the group decided to tie up the 3 who were still asleep and question them. Kiara's sexy charm was just too much for the fellow female in the group as she spilled her guts. Not literally, yet. But the group got every question they ever wanted out of her. We found out that they were working for a guy named Sanballat, that there was a ghost ship. Hey, I've seen that movie before. Plot spoiler? Question mark? And that in 2 to 4 days that it would be coming to port where they would smuggle their fancy clothes and expensive items onto the ship. And to find this said ship, you're supposed to look at the 2nd floor for the flashing light. Ha! The Morse code comes into play. Hold on, lost my spot, my bad. Okay, so after they found out all of this information, they decided to send the 3 back to town to be locked up in prison as they were escorted by Grynar. Then, not even a couple seconds after the group left, Vicaris raises his hand to greet somebody and gets shot by 3 arrows.
I can see you.
My first thought was, Vicaris, you should really stop catching arrows with your face. Your AC is only 12. Very soon we slayed these people, of course. Vicaris fell down a couple of times, but you know, scrapes and bruises make him into a man. It's all good. Yop soon came back to join us after her nice little nap, just in time to help heal us and give us some inspiration, because, you know, she's super thick with 2 C's. After a short rest where Kiara danced around playing her bells and giving everybody a lap dance, the group was ready to move on. They came up with a master plan that instead of killing Sanballat and the rest of the ruffians inside of this haunted house, that they were going to do a reverse con. And instead, they were going to see if they could work for Sanballat, get onto the ship, possibly obtain a ship, and then, you know, kind of turn everybody in or kill them. They don't know. They're kind of just rolling with it at this point. Also, Zashel and Kiara are super bad at, you know, not telling people all their personal information, as they pretty much told Sanballat their life stories, where they're currently staying, everybody's proper names, you know, the works. Sanballat decided that, you know, they seemed like worthy adventurers. I mean, none of them were normal looking either, except for the beautiful Yumi, who everybody loves. So he decided that, tomorrow at the Miners Guild, he would meet them and they would discuss further job responsibilities. And the only downside is that they would have to have an escortee. So as they started to leave, Zashel asked about the death door, or Vikaris. Don't quite remember which one. I was too busy looking at all the abs. He said that behind the death door there was a bunch of skeletons. And if we killed the skeletons, then we wouldn't have to have an escort, because that right there would show that our intent to join his lot was true. So, of course we were going to go behind the door anyways. Who doesn't check behind a death door? We agreed to it, and now we're currently fighting skeletons. I think we beat them pretty well. We kind of funneled them through a door. And then, curiosity killed the cat as we touched the blue magical panel on the wall. And, some old grandpa floating a couple inches across the ground. Hopefully our God loves us tonight, doesn't kill us with a bunch of nat 20s. Stay tuned next time. Love, Kiara. And that's all I got. That's what happened last time.
I was not ready.
Thorough.
Hey,
Very well done.
I left out nothing, so that way those who missed actually kind of got stuff.
No, I feel like I was there. Third party last dance from Kiara.
The one thing you did miss, which would make sense because she didn't see this, would be Zashel taking particular interest in the pornography book that you guys found. but that doesn't matter.
If
Poetry.
it wasn't there, I didn't write it.
Oh,
I mean, you look
Right
like
by
a
Egg
in
Round.
pink hand.
We got initiative to roll, guys.
Sarah, we rolled initiative
We
before.
already rolled it.
Yeah. It didn't save for some reason, so let's oh hey, it's still right here because that's how this works. We got to do this now. And
I don't think I rolled. I did it. I also have no idea where my token is.
hold on. Whoop. And
Oh yeah, we can't get rid of that roll. I rolled a natural 20.
Kiara, if
I-
you'll roll initiative.
I gotta select my token to roll initiative, don't I?
Yes.
I don't know where my token is. My whole screen's black at the moment.
You what? Hold on. Anything?
You gotta zoom all the way out, maybe.
Okay, now I see it.
Okay. Okay. Good. And
I don't know why your game is. Well, no, I guess Ash's game was equally laggy. Would you roll for me?
absolutely.
My character sheet still doesn't work, I guess.
Oof. Okay,
Bagel.
1, 2,
Oh, man.
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Zashel. 20. Okay. And here we go. Vikaris, you're up.
Just trying
I
to
don't
measure
think
out.
you have line of sight yet, but
Nope. Get over. Sorry, my cat's being a dick.
it's fine. I get it.
Cool. So I can move all the way up behind Yumi. Just kidding, someone's there. So I'll move here instead.
Are you sick, my dude?
Not
Someone's
really.
dying.
Okay.
No, I feel alright.
Okay.
And I didn't have my character sheet open, my bad. And just be like, there we go. Not sure why advantage is on, but that should be at 18.
Yes. Yes, that is a hit.
6 damage.
Okay.
Hey, off to a good start.
Mhm.
And I have 5 more feet of movement.
Bye. Okay. Nothing particularly, I would say, interesting happens when the magic impacts the floating skeleton. For those who are watching out for that kind of thing. Zashel, you're next.
Alright. There's somebody in front of me. That's good.
You bravely ran away.
Sacrificing one squishy at a time.
I've
Tate's
already gone
always
down
in the
once.
back line.
I'm coming.
He had to run all the way to town and back. He's winded.
He did a good deed.
If you know what I'm saying.
I will go ahead and burn one of my 2 spell slots, and I'm going to guiding bolt this thing.
Okay.
Ah, creepy skeleton making weird noises. That's a 7, so that's gonna miss.
Yeah.
Man, I love. And then I'm just like, bye. How much is that? 5, 10.
1,
At
2,
twos are
3, 4,
25.
5, 6. Yep, you can make it out. All right. This is cool. Grindr, you're next.
Alright, get out the way. It's 15. 25. 30. Alright. There's old fart. For shits and giggles, I will go ahead and action surge to dash up to him.
Okay.
And then I am just gonna just sprint around the corner like, I got it! And I just sucker punch him straight in the mouth.
Okay.
That's a 19 to hit
Yeah.
for 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. You knock his lower jaw off of his head.
He's still standing up, right?
Yeah.
Alright, as a bonus action, I grapple him.
Okay. 17.
He succeeds.
Okay. And
Annoying.
Yop.
Yop will. Yop will run up here so I can actually see. Yeah, Yop will run up here and over some shoulders.
Nine, unfortunately, is a miss.
Fair enough. Yop is true to her trend so far this game.
Oh no, poor Yop.
You gotta learn how to use fire better.
Oh no!
Yeah, Yop doesn't really care. Yop's just happy to be here.
Yumi.
You may well try to shoot the skeleton in front of her.
Oof, yes.
And then she's gonna move out of the doorway.
Okay. All right. It looks pretty wounded and in fact drops to the floor. Kiara?
She's going to skip over here behind Yop. She's got to give her a little love tap on the butt. What does she see?
The skeleton that has a silly hat and long robes. It is no longer has a jaw or beard. Those are on the floor, and it is stepping barefoot on the ground.
Is it glowing
and
like the
it's-
others?
Its hands. No, it's not glowing in the same way, but its hands are preparing some sort of charm, I'll say.
Charm effect or like a spell?
She's just gonna take her little dagger from her waist and she's gonna throw it.
Okay. That's a hit. The butt of the blade knocks him in the head, and his head falls off of his shoulders, and he dies.
Wow.
Yep.
Good check, Kiara.
It's not as scary as an enemy as you think it is.
How the fuck do we die to spiders? This guy.
Griner just sort of kicks at him with his foot. Does he have anything on him, or is he like incorporeal?
It's always the small and silent ones that get you, like the spiders.
Somebody just dress up a skeleton?
I don't know. It looked like he might have been trying to do something magical.
He looked like he was locked in this room and died.
What a wonderful thought.
So his robes are both non-fashionable, unfashionable, and old. He has under his robes he has 4 ribs that have been plated in gold.
Griner
What?
will just go ahead and grab the ribs and just like yank one off.
And
These look valuable.
Can I do like an Arcana or investigation check to see if I don't know? I feel like something's weird about the skeleton. I don't like it.
yeah, sure.
Would like to
And
cast detect magic while we're
Oh
okay.
yeah.
looking around.
You get that for free, right?
Correct.
All right. So there is, I believe, transmutation magic on a bag he is wearing, and in one of the pockets of a robe is something magical. I believe it would be. Oh, what school magic is that? Abjuration.
I will point both of those things out.
Can I do Arcana checks on him?
Yeah, sure, certainly. And I'll get to you in a second, Kiara. I thought your investigation had been for the body, so that's why I...
No.
Okay.
Do I get advantage since you
I
already
will.
technically pointed that stuff out?
I will tap the cars on the shoulder and say, make sure you look very carefully.
I won't say you will get advantage because he just points at them. That doesn't indicate necessarily any assistance, but the guidance will help.
Okay. All right, let's roll that. Oops, why is my caps lock on? And then I'm also going to roll my.
Bardic Inspiration.
Thank you. Oh my god, 14.
14 is better. The stone that he has, both of these items that he's got, minus the ribs, are pretty obvious. One is simply a bag of holding, pretty easily recognizable, and the other one looks to be a luck stone.
I will take both of those.
Okay. And would you mind rolling a? Are we going
Absolutely.
intelligence? We're doing intelligence for your. Oh, it's the same roll. Intelligence plus proficiency for the value of the ribs.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just do Arcana again.
Yeah.
Ha!
Huh.
Really sucking on them ones.
There's not a lot of gold. They're just like dipped in gold.
I'm definitely gonna keep one.
Okay. So
Sorry,
the room
I'm
that you guys...
taking all of them. I'm just keeping one for me
I
personally.
was gonna say, yeah, Griner like pulls them off and hands them to the hordes person.
So the room you guys are in has broken glass and earthenware in piles in the corners, with 3 small copper pots amid the debris. A bench runs down the west wall of what seems to be what looks now you're inside to be a laboratory. On the bench are jars and powders and liquids and several pieces of chemical apparatus. There's a large table against the south wall, forming an L shape with the bench. A book is open on the table. Also on the table is a candlestick, a tiny stump of unlit candle in it, and a variety of other items that, even in the dim light, shine with the warmth of pure gold. One of these objects looks to be a human skull. So the book, Kiara, since you're over there, the title of it is The Secret of the Philosopher's Stone. And it looks to be written in Common. Would you make me an Arcana check if you're going to try to piece out any of the writing in it?
Can I help her with that?
Not technically.
Fair enough.
You can make your own check for this particular thing. You can make your own check, but
Ooh, can I do a check to see if it's valuable?
yes, you can. Okay, 17 is not quite high enough for you to understand what is being the mechanical description of the text. 17 tells you that it is worth 50 gold if you sell it to the right person.
Ooh.
There's also in the gold items around are a human skull that looks to be made of solid gold, an apple also of solid gold, a rose, and 5 small discs that look like balance weights, all of solid gold. Also, a stack of gold coins.
I got the human skull, a rose, 5 gold discs, and what else?
An apple.
Apple. And these are all items made out of gold?
Mm-hmm.
And then what was that you just said?
And a stack of coins, totaling to be... and then let me just... We got skull, apple, rose, and 5 weight discs.
Can I roll to see how expensive those are?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay. Human skull is worth 20. And I'll let you roll for each one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, sorry, that was not clear.
This is for the apple. This is for the rose. This is for the discs.
Okay. It was a really low DC, so you're. I was setting it at 10. So you've got the skull, which is 20, the apple 5, the rose 5, and each disc, it's on its own, is worth 5.
Ragnar wanders over to them and seems struck by them, and he's like, "How did they? These look very pretty. How did they make these?"
Sorry, what was that?
These items are very pretty. How did they make these?
Probably has something to do with this book, maybe? I mean, I think we should just pocket all of this stuff anyways.
I don't see why not. It's a haunted mansion.
Weren't
I
we
mean, it's
told we
just
could keep
wasting
whatever
here.
we find?
That was part of the contract. We get to take everything we find.
I'll remind you that you also, even though I know you guys are planning on backstabbing Sandballet, the reason he sent you in here was because there were things in here he wanted.
He had history with the skeleton, I think he said.
I believe
You
he
think
said
he'll mind
he
if I
wanted
took his
something
ribs?
magic. That the skeleton was doing some magic research that he wanted.
I can't hear you at all if you're talking to us, Kara.
Monkey, you're a little bit quiet.
Oh, sorry.
Woo!
He said he wanted some magical things
the skeleton was studying. So I don't think anything
Yeah.
monetary worth is of his interest.
It
He
might be
said that he
about
was
the
looking for
philosopher's
something
stone.
magical.
Might be the
Yeah,
book.
well-
Exactly are we talking about right now?
Or the stone.
Like-
The guy we're gonna double cross later. Zashel, Godass.
Oh, God.
I mean,
I already told you the stone in the
how
bag.
does he know the book
really
is
the
here
only things that-
anyways?
Zashel, there's also a bit of light coming from the desk.
Oh.
You
Hold on, I missed
yeah,
something.
Yeah. There's a spot on the desk that is seeping a little bit of light, but you don't necessarily see like a drawer handle. You can presume a hidden compartment.
Well, if anybody can figure out how to open this desk up,
Preferably not breaking it.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it.
Could someone please make sure Grindar doesn't pick up his fist?
I mean,
I
you want me to pull it
will-
apart and be gentle with it? I can't. Look, I'm sorry about the desk upstairs. I was frustrated. Cut me some slack.
I mean,
I think this requires more of a dexterous hand.
Brian Alex offended.
Well,
Well, fine then.
Yop, you're taking a look?
Yeah, can I investigate and see if I can figure out what's going on?
Fleetingly.
I will assist with.
What the fuck was that noise?
What? Me? Let me live. There's a latch under the desk with a little button that releases the hidden drawer, and there is a spell book with a small lock built into the cover.
Oh, I found it. I found a book. It looks like it's locked. Is there anything else I can discern from the exterior of the book?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. I wonder what it is that Sanballat wants from this room.
Probably that book.
or the bag, or the stone.
I mean,
Did we check inside the bag of holding, by the way?
We have not. Reach my hand in. It's such a bad idea.
Make a deck save. Just kidding. No, it's the bag itself is empty.
Nope, nothing. It's odd. Who keeps a bag of holding to put nothing in it?
wait, how do we know it's a bag of holding?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's a pretty common uncommon item, and you rolled a good enough arcana that I gave it to you.
Okay.
That's how I know.
There's some items that are so universally understood within the world that a good enough arcana would be able to say, like, well, this is a wand that does da 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 da, but you might not know the specifics of it. Bag of holding is a pretty commonly understood item, and so would be a luck stone.
Some items also self-ID.
Kiara walks over to the bag of holding and drops the 47 gold pieces of coin, the human skull, rose, apple, 5 golden discs, and the secret of Ye Philosopher stone book into said bag.
Perhaps we should decide what we want to keep. We can leave the rest in the room, and then we'll just tell Sanballat that we didn't take anything. We just cleared the room, and his men can come get what he wants.
Or we could just break his face.
Wow.
Just throwing that out there.
Well, we decided to work with him for right now. So until we get on this ghost ship and whatnot, and then we could kill him.
Suppose. Seems rather indirect.
Yes, but it would be useful to know who some of the other players are in this area. I have a feeling Sanballat is one of many smugglers in this town.
Yeah, you could say that again.
He's just a small fish. There are bigger ones out there.
I have a feeling that Sanballat is just one of the smugglers in this town.
Wow.
Well, what are we gonna tell Sanballat about what we found in here?
That's a very good question.
I don't want
I'd
to leave the
say-
book.
That's actually what I was gonna say. Leave the book because none of us can use it, and then tell them it's all we found.
Leave the spell book?
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it back in the drawer.
Did
Well-
we really be leaving something for him that he was looking for?
I was
Also,
gonna say,
is there any way we can open it right now and like quickly copy what's in it?
From what I understand of spell books, they
sort of thing takes considerable time.
and it can be dangerous.
Exactly. If it's dangerous, why are we leaving it for him?
Well, I
Oh,
meant
can be
opening the
no,
book
like,
can be dangerous.
we could dispose of him later. We're just pretty much using her right now to,
Yes, I
find out more
understand
about
that,
the city and
But
the
if we're
ship.
just using him and we're giving him this that could make him powerful, it'd be harder to dispose of him.
Well, what do you suggest?
I suggest we don't give him the book.
What if we give him the book,
You.
but if it takes a lot of time to copy stuff out of it, we could give him the book and then kill him before he has enough time.
Yeah, I mean, like, we don't plan on letting him be alive longer than the ship gets here. And the ship is getting here within the next 4 days. There's no way he could master a whole book in 4 days.
Well, maybe.
Unless it's his.
But he can master enough.
I think we need to commit to one of the two plans. We either go, here you go, and shoot him in the face, or we go, here you go, and we work with him for longer. And I think if we want to work with him longer, we need to leave more stuff in here to make it not.
Well, we
as
could tell him
suspicious.
we took the gold, but that's all we found. And if we leave the book, and we told him all we found was the gold, I don't think he wants the gold. He said he wanted the magical item.
Well, yeah, but there's the bag of holding that we put all the gold in.
A philosopher's stone, a luck stone.
We came here with the bag of holding.
I like your thinking.
Yeah.
Reinar looks at her and goes, no, we... Oh. And then Reinar grins mischievously.
All right, so what's the
So-
plan?
We leave the book? Is there a title on the book that we can write down?
The spell book?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I was just curious.
You could call it
And everyone else thinks leaving the book is a good idea.
Well, the problem is if we don't leave anything magical, then that kind of breaks our ties and makes us untrustworthy. Which
Yeah,
is
and then he'll
what
for
we're trying
sure
to prove.
attack us.
But if we're going to give him the book, why don't we just give him the book? Say we found
Exactly.
this. Here it is. Our
I mean,
big-
it's also locked. It might take him some time to get into it.
True.
We could hide it
I
again and
Don't
say we didn't
have
find
his
anything.
other spell book?
I think we should just give it to him, and then in a couple days we'll take it back.
Right, we have his other spell book in
We
our
do?
possession already. Didn't we find a spell book with
I did,
an
yes.
S on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We found
Yeah.
his spell book.
That we're sort of assuming is his spell book.
No,
I
the,
So
believe
if we-
so.
the bandits
The-
confirmed. The smugglers confirmed it was the spellbook.
Where did we find that? Like out of character? I don't remember.
The other
We kept
you weren't
saying
here.
we a lot, and I found it.
Again, out of character. Eat my shorts.
We found
Let's
it in the
just
hidden
take him
room
the
at the bottom of the
spellbook.
stairs.
So,
As a reminder, I found it in a room not too far from here.
let me try and summarize our plan. 1. We return to San Billet. 2.
Correct.
We hand over the spellbook. 3.
Correct.
If he asks if we found anything else, we tell him all we found were the 47 gold pieces.
What?
4. If he asks about the bag of holding, I'll tell him I was keeping it nice and safe inside my shell.
Correct. Or you could go ahead and put it there already.
I believe we were gonna say that we had came with the bag of holding, right?
Right, but he may not have seen it because it was in my shell.
Or Griner was just holding it. He wasn't with us last time.
Oh, yeah, that's lovely.
I hand the bag of holding to Grindar. Reluctantly.
Don't break it, son.
Oh, wait. That was a bad idea, guys.
It's fine. Once we leave here, I'll take the bag of holding back.
Reiner takes it and then like looks around and says, "It was one time." You know what? And he just like one time. He just like
Kiara
slowly.
winks at you.
He just like. How big is this bag? Would it like fit on his belt, or does it need like a backpack?
Please say it's
It's
a
a-
fanny pack.
It's a satchel. It's got a strap around that goes over your shoulder.
Okay, he puts it over his
Aw.
shoulder.
Fanny pack would have looked so much cooler on his armor.
All right. Well, let's go report back.
All right.
I will take the
Also, is there?
beard off the ground as sort of proof of. I'm not gonna put it on or anything.
Okay.
Ooh, can I get one of them hairs? Thank you. Then I pick a hair from the beard.
Oh,
Has
How do-
anybody taken a look at the 3 clay pots that are in this room? Is there anything in those?
There's
There's copper pots. I forgot you said that. That was the beginning of this stuff.
They appear to be. Well, why don't you roll investigation, or if you have alchemy tools, you can roll proficiency.
I will do that.
yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Grindar, if you're gonna roll, just let me know. Okay. So it appears to be mostly measuring basins, but they're part of, and now that you're looking at it again, the bench's assortment of alchemical apparatus, which might be worth something if you were to take it, but it is admittedly delicate and quite a few pieces. So
Does Yop recognize any of the liquids or other chemicals on this bench as either being alcoholic or hallucinogenic in nature?
unfortunately, there is no liquids here. It's just the
God damn it.
tools. Yeah,
All right.
sorry.
Oh, never mind.
Your time will come. All right, Yumi, looks like you're leading the way back to this cavern.
Yeah, she's ready to leave.
All right.
She's over that conversation.
All right.
And thanks for all being stupid for giving the evil wizard guy a magic book, but yeah.
Should have came up with another plan.
I think she did.
Did she though?
I mean, her plan is to shoot him in the face rather than give him the book, which, you know. I can't argue with that plan.
Some of us are a little weak right now.
I'm not. It's fine. I'll take
now's
it.
not the time to be trying to do extra shit.
Remember, the beginning of my little thing at the beginning of the thing said that the only squishies in the party left without both of their tanks and healer, and repeatedly got shot by arrows.
Sounds like a you problem.
Collected my dagger from the dead body. Is that okay?
Yes, yeah.
I don't know where we're going anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Karis, are you doing anything suspect to the ashen corpses as you
The
walk
ones that I
past?
already burned? No,
Yeah.
nothing new.
All right, just clarifying.
Greetings again there, Sambalay.
Hello, and I trust you were either successful or cowardly, perhaps.
That's a great question, actually. Zashel, will you bring the beard, please?
I will hold up the beard.
As you can see, my compatriots and I have proven more than worthy to travel back to our quarters by ourselves.
He gives you a little slow clap and says, "Very well, very well. Might we, would you prefer to... Now, I am a man of my own word, but as I only know you, I've only known you for less than an hour. Perhaps there is some sort of contract, some verification I might be able to have so that I have your names and the proper address so that we may be meeting again shortly."
Oh, certainly. I do believe we already introduced ourselves. That back there is Grindar. He was not here. But he is also usually with us. And then we are at and this is when I would remember where we live.
It's the I don't recall if I gave you a name, but it's a lighthouse off the Leap, basically.
Oh, I was talking about like the little tavern we're staying in right now.
Oh, okay. That is the Empty Net. That was the place you stayed last night.
That's right. And we are currently staying at the Empty Net.
Yes, naturally. Well,
Will that be all?
what exactly did you find? Did you retrieve anything?
Right. Thank you for bringing that up. Who has the spellbook?
I believe Yop is the one who found it.
Yeah, I think Yop's carrying
Yop
this
still have it?
spellbook.
Hello.
Yes. Yop over here also has a spellbook that we found inside. Took a little looking, but we did eventually find.
I believe this is yours.
He takes it and turns it over a few times, and then goes over to a crate with the book in his hand, pulls yells at one of his employees, who draws a crowbar for him, and with a little bit of what looks kind of like an awkward thing, he just pries the lock off of the book, ripping the book a little bit. This is the cover of it.
Reinar looks at. He just makes eye contact with everyone's like, yeah, but I'm the problem.
And then he flips through it and said, "And this was all?"
Yeah, that is all that we found in there.
Well, that in some gold pieces. That was all.
Which I believe was payment for what we did.
Roll deception and then persuasion.
Oh, and there
Cough,
were
guidance,
some-
cough.
I'll be stalling.
There were some alchemy tools, but we thought it best leave them in the room.
Oh, 1 second. Come on, 4. 11.
Okay. And okay. He kind of raises an eyebrow and says, "I don't believe we made comment of payment, and seeing as this is, for all intents and purposes, my own house, perhaps it would be more than generous for us to split the coin that you found."
You know, I do find that amenable, and I appreciate your hospitality so far.
He's gonna ask for a 50 split.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I mean, technically, one person has to get one extra gold coin, but
He'll
we'll give
take
it to
that.
him as a show of good faith. Yeah, so he gets.
We're gonna
he
take
gets
him as
gold coin.
dead corpse in a minute anyway. Whatever.
What do you mean in a minute? No.
Whatever.
We're gonna sleep.
And then murder.
Exactly. Sleep first.
All right, and then if there is nothing else I can help you with now, I shall be seeing you within the next 4 days, yes? I will have someone send for you at the Empty Net when we are prepared.
Sounds great. Can't wait to see you till then. And I will turn around and walk away.
Kiara blows him a kiss and follows.
Okay, and
You
where do you
blew it.
guys...
I said you blew it.
Who blew what? Wait, we are not talking about this inside the cave.
Hold on.
You wait till we are outside.
Where do you guys go next?
Can we go home, people? I feel like we've done a lot of good work.
I would like to go outside into the water and pick a fight with a kraken.
All right.
Yeah, I'm feeling powerful. Can we take on a giant constrictor snake?
I think even a regular one would KO us right now.
Yeah, back home?
Well-
Anyone?
I don't know, guys. Like, part of me feels like we should go to the lighthouse because, you know, we did tell them where it was located and exactly how many people were inside.
You did? Reinar just looks so offended. It's like, you never tell anyone where you... Okay.
you
Don't
know,
tell people where your house is. What's wrong with you people?
I
You
didn't
know,
say
it
We
was
used the
anything
lighthouse
about
lighthouse
a
as a
not
house.
lie.
bargaining chip. It wasn't that we needed to lie, we needed the bargaining chip. The lighthouse is outside the city limits. It provided a very reliable place for his business, and that made it easier for us to... We're obviously outside when I'm going all over all of this range.
Right. Where exactly are you guys headed so I can just drop you on a different map? You know,
I
we'll
What
just
time of
suggest-
day is
we'll
it?
go here.
Most of our actual stuff is in the inn, I believe, right?
Yes.
We could also go check out, like, the Mariners Guild Hall that he was talking about. See what that's about. We could go check out the docks, get a scope of the docks, see, like, what type of ships are there. See if there's any rumors about a ghost ship.
Am I the only one who wants to sleep?
Isn't it like we just
I'm-
took a long rest, didn't we?
I'm quite tired.
No.
You guys took a short rest while in here.
Yes, we only took a short rest while you gave everyone lap dances.
But I thought we just got done taking a long rest before that short rest.
There was so it's about 3 to 4 p.m. right now. Yeah. Because you guys did a lot of charming and talking and getting in going to the house and coming back into town takes time, so
I would like to go shopping. I have some things to buy.
What do you need to
Uh,
buy?
Stuff.
Okay, that's not okay.
Should we go sell all of our gold pieces and then split the profit?
I don't think you need to sell gold pieces. I think you could just use it as current.
I think she means the gold.
Yeah. We'll trade it for
She said what she said.
proper gold pieces.
so you're going shopping?
Yes.
All right. And what exactly are you looking for? What kind of store are you looking for?
I personally am looking for a bookstore, but we also need to sell our stuff.
Okay.
Or at least trade it for
Mm-hmm. So the closest store to where you guys not only will be coming into town, but that Yumi would know could take items off of your hands and is just the general store would be Winston's, which is up here. We got a little halfling gentleman who's willing to help you with your wares. Not too bent out of shape about selling things at the appropriate value. However, if you want to do, I know because of how this acquisitions works, if you guys want to do fun things to try to get more money out of it, just let me know.
You mean like a hordes person?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Kiara wants to figure out which one of their items costs the absolute most because she has a spell that she wants to cast on it before they sell it.
I looked at the prices, or had the prices. Sorry.
Yes.
Where?
We still don't have the price of how much the sailor doll with the emerald eyes cost.
Okay, we had talked about that, and that stays with me. The gold skull though is worth 50 gold pieces. And then
the gold
the
skull is
weighted
worth
disc.
20, and
20.
Yeah.
And the weight discs are worth 25 total.
Did you get the price of the Philosopher's Stone book? Did
There's a
roll on
book?
it?
I don't know
50
if
gold.
I did. Was it 50 gold?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
then you did roll. Yeah. If I told somebody, that means you rolled for it.
I would like to keep that book for now though, before we try and sell it.
So all good.
Okay. So you're just going to pawn stuff.
Yes. You gonna cast it? Kiara. Oh wait,
yeah.
I can only negotiate a discount. Can it work the other way?
You can negotiate a discount, but there is something about distort value. That's the specific thing. Okay, here we go. On object no more than 1 foot on a side, doubling the object's perceived value by adding illusory flourishes or polish to it. Okay. All right. Excellent.
Yes, take off the general store owner. Perfect plan.
So how much are you going to try to sell this for, Vicaris and Kiara?
We did it to the skull, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did I just ask that?
Yeah, you might have.
My bad.
It's fine.
Kiara, what do you think we can get for this with your little illusion?
Well, I'm not from the human world, so
Neither am I.
answer.
Do we have a human on our team? Yeah, Yumi. Yumi. What do you think you pay for a skull such as this?
It looks super fucking amazing right now.
It's all right, Yumi. Take your time.
I don't know.
Would you pay 30 gold? Would you pay 50 gold? A platinum? Or 2?
That's a hard decision. I don't really have much gold to be spending on that sort of thing.
You know, Kiara, I have an idea. Why don't we
Let's try to
let
get
him
60 out of
appraise
it.
it and then
True.
upsell him?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I
I
like
give you
that.
bardic inspiration. I lied. Oh wait, no, I still have bardic inspiration. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm also gonna need your help just in case.
Oh no, most definitely.
All right, let's go.
Are you proficient in persuasion?
I absolutely am, and deception if necessary.
Same.
Yeah, I figured lying and persuading is kind of a Faye thing to do, so I
it's
took those real
perfect.
quick.
It's perfect. All right, how can I help you today?
Well, hello. What a lovely store you have here. You seem to be a purveyor of fine things, and we are trying to unload some fine things. Would you be interested?
I might be. What do you have?
Well, the first thing, because we have a couple things, but the first thing would be I'll gesture to Kiara to pull out the skull.
And she's gonna pull out the skull, and it's like the most beautiful skull that, anyone's ever seen because it's a skull. But like there's no nicks and there's no scratches and it's super shiny and you just want to hold this skull. And I'd be like, here it is.
Here we have a mystical skull of unknown origin, whose specific magical properties are currently unknown, but if taken to the right person, I'm sure they would lead you to many secrets that you would not even be ready for.
Wow, the
Beautiful.
fact that you didn't say a single specific lie.
Sorry, is it snake oil salesman call? He wants his line back.
He turns it over in his hands.
How much do you think that would be worth?
Well, let's see. This appears to be poured in a mold, so it seems rather cheaply manufactured, but a very impressive construction altogether. Willing to part with it for, say, 30?
Now, see, I thought you might say that, and I thought that you were someone who was better at forgot the word for determining the value of something.
Appraising.
Appraising, thank you. I thought a man such as yourself would be better at appraising certain items, because this here is at least worth 45 gold, if not 50.
I see. See, the folks who shop here don't typically have reason to buy something like this, but
Right. But you seem like a man who knows a couple people, maybe not in this town, but in others, who might be interested in an item such as this.
All right, roll persuasion. Cass, if you want to chip in and say something, you can give advantage.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just so thrown off by the stuff you said.
My bad.
Oh, it's so
She's
good.
gonna,
Why am I not
she's
doing
gonna
this
be
with
like-
Pamela?
she's gonna be like, not to mention, it used to belong to Grand Archmage, who we had to slay.
Mm-hmm. It was not an easy feat.
Okay. All right. Roll with advantage.
15.
Okay.
You have Bardic Inspiration too.
And Bardic Inspiration, excuse me. I don't know why I said it like that. 20.
Man,
Excuse
a dirty 20.
30-20, my favorite.
Oh, my husband said dirty fucking 20. Anyway. Anyway, he says 45.
You know, you drive a hard bargain, and I knew that about you, but you're a smart man, and I'm sure you can get a ton of profit on this, so we will take that 45 gold. Thank you.
On top of, could we also exchange these for like equal value by any chance? I dropped the rose, the 5 golden discs, and the apple up on the.
Now, wait just a minute, because equal value seems, as she earlier stated, we fought an archmage, right? And that was no easy battle, mind you. So I think maybe just something for our troubles.
Roll another persuasion.
An advantage?
If Kiara says something encouraging.
Cough.
Wait, so we're trying to upsell the other items now?
Hell yeah.
You must be new. This is Doug.
Monster.
you remember the Archmage, right?
Yes, of course. It said that this rose he turned to gold. It belonged to his beloved bride who died when she was very young. and this apple was the first apple that they grew together on the tree in the back of their orchard.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, persuasion still? Or are we
And then
going
she's
full on lie?
gonna wink at Vicaris and give him bardic inspiration with her lie.
It is a deception, yes.
Okay.
With bardic inspiration.
With bardic inspiration, 1 second. Sucking on these rolls tonight. 18.
18. All right, give me 1 moment. Okay. Hold on. All right. He looks them over and inspects them rather closely, and says, "Now, I don't mean to be a bother, but these also appear to have been manufactured. These also appear to be made by hand rather than turned to gold, as you stated."
Damn, he must have rolled high.
Well, I think whether he turned them to gold or cast them, I believe it was to save them as for generations. You might be able to find a museum that would be interested in something like this. I don't know if I stated he was an archmage, very powerful. Some of us almost died. And that is not a
Did fall
complete
down a
lie
couple
because yeah.
She looks straight up at Karis. Because they don't know how to stay in the back line.
There was no back line.
I'll sell you. I'll buy these off of you for 5 gold, 5 silver each.
That is more than what they're.
Barely. I believe there's another merchant in town. Is that right?
He does not say anything.
Right. Well,
he just taps his fingers on the table.
I believe somebody who might be more interested in keeping things so valuable would be interested in buying these. So I appreciate the 45 gold for the skull, but I think we'll hang on to these for now.
Wait. What if we promise to promote your store, and when we find more valuable items, we sell them to you at a fair price, and then upsell other customers to come visit your store more often?
Well, I am kind of the only general store in town, but now roll persuasion.
I mean, you're the bard. You got this.
Oh
I
my
know.
god.
I rolled really well last night's game. There's no way I'm gonna roll this.
He says, I'd appreciate your business, but if you're insistent on going elsewhere, then I can't really stop you. Not to mention, if I don't buy these off of you, I have more gold in my register.
Well, I do appreciate your business thus far, and I'm sure this will not be the last. You have yourself a fine day, and I'll take the 45 gold and our stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And as soon as we walk outside, we're like, don't worry, Kiara, we can find somebody else to buy these for a higher price.
Yeah, of course. Can I see the gold, please?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, to be fair, your character is currently holding 2 super expensive items that you didn't want to sell. So Kiara's gonna give everybody else way more gold than you, because she knows that you have 2 items worth of shit ton.
It's also worth noting he's the hoards person. He's the one who is in charge of all of the wealth in general and in dividing the wealth.
Thank you.
that is his job.
Gosh, it's like he's acting like this for a reason.
Which is why Kiara noticed it.
He's not just a hoarder. His job is to be the one to split loot.
But is he honestly keeping the China doll because of that reason, or is it because of he wants
He has his
something of
reasons!
everything?
He
Have
has his
you
reasons.
asked
The
him?
rest of us have to agree with his reason.
Have you asked him personally?
I asked
By the
you
way-
why you keep so many things when I had the spindle, and you got mad at me when I prestidigitated it.
Right, it was supposed to stay dirty. While I was in there, was there any books? I'm looking for
roll-
like how-to books, by the way.
Excellent. Roll investigation.
Ah, bitch. 6.
All right. And okay. A couple of instruction manuals. What exactly are you looking for?
If
If you want to whisper it, you can.
Not really. Like brewer supplies or languages.
Oh, okay.
I realize I have 4 hours to burn while everyone else sleeps.
I would say that there's probably some language books, but they're for common languages, specifically Dwarven and Elvish.
Excuse me real quick. And I'll go back inside to the halfling. I noticed you also have some books, specifically that one on the Dwarven language. Do you mind? Could I purchase that?
25 gold.
25 gold, that's a steep price. Is there any way we can come down, seeing as how we're such loyal customers now and all?
Well, no, because I did just afford you 15 more than I was excited to pay for an item.
Right. Cough, what a deal, cough. That's me going off my Hogwarts person thing.
Do you get to roll? Is that you add proficiency to? Well,
It's a DC 15 charisma persuasion check, and you can negotiate a 15% discount on an item.
Excellent. Go for it.
Oh, you know what? No, that's not to them though. That's through
Yeah, that's through
Acquisitions
the.
Incorporated.
yeah.
All right. Well, you have yourself a fine day. Have a good night. I'll walk out.
Bye. I remembered there was something about that specifically, like talking through corporate, but I couldn't remember which part of your ability was that. But yep. Okay. Zashel, Yop, how are you guys doing?
Has the gold been distributed?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Yop is going to go into the general store. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have some purchases I'd like to make. I wonder if you have any of supplies.
He kind of gives you a once over and says, "What are you looking for?"
I have a list here, as a matter of fact. I need to buy some honey, and I need to buy some hops, and I need to buy some barley, and I need to buy some sugar, and I need to buy some yeast, and I need to buy some jugs, and I also need a leather strap or two.
Okay, so how we're gonna do this, Adam, is
Yeah.
I'm going to set you specific. I found a list because I was doing this for Mariana earlier this week.
I'm shocked.
I've got a list that I just have to pull up again. That has a set price for the for each. What's the word? I guess the
Ingredient
essential.
element.
Yeah. Per what you want to brew.
Okay.
So like mead and ale and beer are going to be the cheapest, and then after that wine, and after that liquor. So let me just look up
and
how much that costs.
To be honest with you, right?
Mhm.
My assumption at this point is that Yop does not have the money for these things.
Uh-huh.
Right? And so my guess is it won't be necessary to do it like instantly. Like I'll get whenever you get me the price list, I'll get it and I'll come back and pick the stuff up.
Okay. If it makes you feel better, to brew a gallon of ale will seriously cost you 1 silver piece.
Oh, then Yop has the
Wait,
money.
hold on.
Right.
Let me double check this. Yeah, ale, yeah, by a long shot cheapest, 2 silver
Okay.
pieces.
Yeah, she's looking to brew some ale and some mead.
Okay. All right, and I will put together a
Perfect.
handout for you.
Perfect.
Cool.
Good job.
He packages everything up for you and hands it off. Yumi and Grynar and Zashel, is there anything you needed to purchase at the general store or anything you're doing otherwise?
No, there is not.
Ooh,
Reinar wanted to go visit his friend.
Okay.
I'm pulling up right now. I forgot.
I was just gonna say if you could remind me of their name, because I don't remember her name. I'm gonna be putting her on the south side of town, if that's okay.
ooh, Sarah, I'm gonna whisper you or send you something on Discord that I want to do, but I don't want to say it loud.
Absolutely. Is it fuck a villager?
No, actually, what it is
I don't believe you.
what it is actually really sweet. So
I hope it's disguised self as Greinard's friend.
that would be fucking hilarious, but no.
Well, that would not work very well.
Okay. I'm sorry, I just got your message, Cass. All right, cool. Okay, so give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So Reinar, I'm going to put her house. I'm going to mark it on the map for you.
Hate
And
this
I'll-
fucking Zoom.
What?
I hate this Zoom. It's driving me crazy. Sorry. Unrelated. Continuing.
Okay. I'm gonna put her house right here for now. And I'll give you like a proper marker later. Okay. It's midday, or it's still like early afternoon. I'm going to say that she's still at work.
I imagined so. I was imagining I would visit her at her forge.
Okay. I think, did we talk about the forge though? Because there's only the one forge in town.
We did not.
Okay. If that's the case, I would say then that she works out of her own home.
Okay.
And works mostly on light commission. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right, cool. So then you can find her if she's home.
Okay. So yeah, Grynar shows up, and I imagine she's like working in like sort of an area that's outside facing anyway. And Grynar's been here a million times, and Grynar sort of knocks on a post as he normally does. It's like, "Hello, Kedmora."
Hey, how's it going? A dwarven woman in leather apron and leather work gloves, and mostly just wearing a leather everything. Yep. Good to see ya. How's it going? How's work?
You would not believe the job I just did. But how's work been over here? Yeah, I'm sure my story will take longer.
I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing every day. It's not anything special.
It's a good point. Maybe it's something weird would happen while I was gone. But and then like Grynar takes a swig from his drink and proceeds to like tell her while she's working on whatever she's working on. I'm presuming this is like a thing they do all the time. Grynar tells them about whatever ridiculous shit he did on his latest job, and Grynar goes on for a while. They share a drink and talks about everything that happened, and everyone getting shot and everyone getting bleeding all over the place. And he doesn't go into specifics about like Sandbullet and like what their plan is. He leaves that part vague for the next story. But I think that's, I don't want to take up too much time and be overly specific with it. But yeah, they just hang out, and Grynar tells the story, and they share a drink.
Okay. Is there anything you're looking to get out of this interaction, or other than just establishing this?
Nope.
Was that a nope?
It was a nope.
Okay.
I don't
All
need
right.
any equipment right now.
All right. Cool. If you want to, feel free to type up a little bit more specifics if you'd like, and I'll have that set for you for next time as well.
Right.
Okay. Kiara, got that thing for you. Yumi, what are you doing?
I am not doing anything. I'm just following them around until we go back to the inn.
Okay.
Making sure they don't get up to any mischief.
Zashel, what are you doing?
Zashel, the fact that we've told this dude where we're staying is going to go directly back there just to kind of keep an eye on our stuff.
All right. I will say then that Yumi went with you because that makes sense, and also everyone else doing other things kind of makes less sense for her to be following. Yop, is there anything you do after purchasing your things?
Head back to the empty nest.
Okay. And last minute things for Vicaris.
Is there a bookstore?
There's not a bookstore. If you would like to ask about where you can attain, like library and other things, roll a charisma check to ask the natives, or else just ask Yumi.
Oh, Yumi. Yumi, do you know of any bookstores or libraries or anything that might have books that I can use for the time being?
I'm sending you information, don't worry. Monkey.
Hold on, it's coming to me.
Yes, I noticed that the rest of you tend to sleep for a long time, and I find myself with nothing to do but play with fire, and y'all seem to not like that. So perhaps I can occupy my time with something a little productive.
One more level. No, that's not true. Actually, I need a couple of.
Yeah, I think you have to be 5th level for that one, right?
What's happening?
There's an invocation that makes you not have to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think I can get that next. I just have other things I have to take first.
Monkey, the information I just sent you was to help you respond to Vicaris's question.
Oh, sorry. Could you repeat that question for me?
I'm looking for a place of books.
Books. Well, and Yumi would know this? The thing
Yes.
you messaged me? Alright, because I don't know what this is. There is the Firebrand estate. They have a private collection that the owner lets people browse.
I smell an Ocean's 11 situation coming up.
I know, why don't we have a rogue?
Shut
Or
up,
the
Hannah.
rogue.
All right, well, would that be the best best place to look? Sorry.
Yeah, that would be the greatest collection of books in the town.
Do you happen to know these people, Yumi?
I'm
Like, personally?
trying to decide. Yumi, the owner, the owner of the estate, Eleander, is a member of the council of the city. So I will let you determine whether or not that is a connection that you would have. Monkey, is everything okay?
Sorry. I'm just a little tired and out of it.
Okay.
Then I would say no.
No. I'll go with no then. Sorry.
Kiara, are you still around?
Kiara is gone. She's doing her own thing.
All right, I'm off to the Firebrand.
All right. Yumi gives you clear enough direction. You guys have been up near Winston's and are headed back towards the empty net. When you cross the Shark Fin Bridge again, Vicaris, you become almost violently ill. If you'd like, you are welcome to roll a Constitution save to see if you throw up. I won't make you do that if you don't want to, but it's fun. Hey,
11.
you don't throw up.
Hey,
Yet.
I'm like trash tonight.
This is You're beginning to hate crossing this bridge. Too bad you have to do it a lot.
You have to tell me for me to hate it. I hate it already.
Okay, and so clear on the far west side of town, all on its own, is a very lovely, well manicured and well kept, but not particularly super decorated home that overlooks the ocean, and the gate reads Firebrand. And when you, I'm assuming, knock.
Yep.
Yes. A gentleman.
Actually, I'm not gonna knock.
Just gonna walk in.
No, because we don't. I mean, is the gate open or is it closed?
Gate is unlocked, but I would say closed.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of stand there and yell, hello? Is anyone on the other side of this metal fence in my way? What is the metal made out of, by the way?
Iron.
Oh my god, thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I can't seem to touch it, and I'd rather not burn it down, or rather, I think you'd rather I not burn it down. If anyone could come and please let me in. And then at this point, I use Face Step to get on the other side. And then just kind of like brush off. All right, well, and I'll keep walking. Is anyone nearby, by the way?
There might have been a couple people, like in their own yards across the street who saw that happen.
And then I go up to what I'm assuming is the door.
Yeah, and you do. But before you can knock because of your shouting, someone does come to the door.
Oh, good, because I wasn't going to knock.
A really well-dressed gentleman, veteran by appearances, and a bit older. And he says, "Yes, how can I help you?"
Hi, my name is Vakar Jalashin. As I'm sure you're aware, I'm around here, and I heard that you have a private collection of books that you are willing to lend to people.
I certainly am, but not often to people who make scenes in my garden. But what's your business? What are you looking for?
I am looking for a way to pass the time, pick up a new skill, see what you material planers like to do.
Interesting. All right.
Also, your iron fence, it's not very kind to fey folk. Might want to think about changing out the metal.
That's a very old fence. I did not make it, and I don't think I'll be likely to change it, but I'll keep it open if that's...
Well, it's just a suggestion.
Would you roll persuasion for me?
Absolutely. To change the fence. Or to get inside. 18.
It was mostly to decide whether or not he was going to let you into the house.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But he has you follow him inside. It's pretty sparsely furnished, very utilitarian, but clean and nice. And then he takes you from the foyer to immediately through a study and into a library that is very clearly still like a personal collection. So it's a little bit intimate, but it's still large enough. And he says, I myself am very well versed in most commonly spoken languages. I found this one, and he pulls a book and then a second one down. These to be particularly helpful if this is what you're looking for.
What are the books?
I'm just gonna say we've got Dwarvish.
Okay.
Like a couple of Dwarvish manuals, because those are things he would have had to be reading up on recently.
Ominous. Well, thank you kindly. Do you require anything? for me to borrow these?
I often trust the folks around here are pretty. They're not necessarily eager to steal from me, so I don't feel it necessary.
Well, I can assure you I will return this when I am done with it. And I attempt to face step, not knowing that I can only do it once in the material plane. And then I just kind of look at the gate and go, would you mind having someone open that for me?
He nods and he follows you out to the garden to open it for you.
And I must say, you are one of the kindest people I've met so far. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's you mentioned your clan name. Could you repeat that for me?
Jaloshin.
I see.
Sounds made up as fuck.
I'll practice it, and perhaps
Hey.
I'll be able to say it to you when you return.
It's a bit of the flick of the tongue, but take your time.
It's
And I'll
All
head
right.
back to the empty net.
all right. Anything else for anybody?
Kiara is furiously looking for Zashel.
So I think after you've collected the items that you have acquired, you would go back to the empty net at least because
She went to the sex shop, didn't she?
We'll see.
Items she acquired.
I think it would be safe to say that everyone at least mentioned that eventually you guys are going back to the empty net.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
on Yop's walk back to the empty net, she's just gonna be keeping an eye out, see if there's like a palm-sized sort of seashell.
Well, you're not really on beach territory, but why don't you
The way you just said beach.
beach? There is very, very, very close to the empty net a market that if you theoretically if you go there, you might have. I would give you the opportunity to roll investigation or perception to find something.
Perfect.
Okay, yes. I would say that you can find with a 15 a seashell. Are you looking for like a clamshell type shape or a conch?
More clamshell type shape. Something flat-ish.
All right. That would definitely be easier to find than a conch. So yes, you
Yeah.
can find that.
Great.
Uh,
I will.
copper piece.
Fantastic. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So Kiara comes into the empty net with a large amount of parcels.
Fuck does that mean?
I have like what kind of looks like a wrapped present in a way, but like it's in a bag, and there's just like I'm just kind of like holding the bag like as if there's something super fragile inside of it. You just see me keep like whispering down to the bag, and I'm going to walk over to Zashel and I'd be like, "This is for you."
Zashel's probably sitting at a table going over a massive tome, looks up and just like, thank you, I think.
Are you gonna
What?
open it? Open
Don't say
it! Hurry!
don't say thank you yet.
The bag moves.
Oh my.
I wanted to say sorry for like, kind of hurting your feelings earlier on in the haunted house. So
Oh, boy.
I bought you a gift.
I think oh no. And I will open the bag.
All right. 1 second.
Roll initiative.
Inside the bag is this little guy.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Oh, racist, but I love it.
and then he's also in a snake sock. So he's got
got
his
a
like
snake sweater on.
Yeah.
he's got a snake sweater on. He's wearing like this little periwinkle snake sweater.
Um, Yeah. Do we all see the snake?
Yes.
That's not gonna try to kill us, is it?
It's a
He's
little
gonna just
snake.
back.
I know for sure.
You know, it might grow to a
Oh
big
my God,
snake.
I've got a character sheet for it.
And well, I wanted to get you this as an apology.
Thank you.
He's super
What?
cute. Look at him. Look at his little tongue.
Does he have a name already?
I've just been calling him Queen because, they don't know if it's a guy or a girl. And I mean, you're the one who could talk to snakes. So I don't really know what his name is. That's just what I've been calling him all the way here.
I will use my speak with animals ability, whatever it's called, animal friendship.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Yes.
Do you have a name?
Most animals don't. Pet shop I was just snake.
Okay, well that's not gonna work. Wait, can I actually speak with animals, or is this just animal friendship?
I think it's just animal friendship, but it's okay. You have a little snake now.
Canon, you could talk to your personal snake.
That doesn't sound wrong at all.
Only to you.
There he is. Look at him. He's on the table.
Oh, he's so cute.
You know, the way he's drawn, I'm sorry.
No, I
Same
know.
thing.
He's got a suspicious silhouette.
Was that intentional when you chose the art? Just gotta ask.
I don't think so. I think, Cass, you just found a cute snake, right? That's all you were
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Snake.
Found a cute snake,
It
but
just-
Kiara knew what she was doing.
Well,
God.
there was it's part of a snake tutorial actually. So whoever did the tutorial probably didn't think that it looked like a dick. But it's this is how you draw a snake, and then there's several different colors. But I thought this one just looked the cutest. It's okay that it looks like a penis. It's very befitting of Kiara.
It is.
I feel like if she could pick, she would pick the snake that looked the most like a dick.
It works. It's super cute. Okay.
He's little.
She got you a snakey.
We're gonna call 10 minutes for now. We'll come back at 46. Yeah. We're getting on towards evening. Is there any last minute things you do either as a group or individually before going to bed?
Just so I know the agenda for tomorrow. What would you guys think is more important to do first over other things?
Actually, Yumi, question for you. You seem to work with, or at least adjacent to, the law enforcement here. Would there be somebody we could talk to about smuggling operations here? On the legal side, obviously. If we wanted to do the illicit side, we could just go back to San Valet. But I'm more interested in understanding penalties and their biggest concerns in terms of organizations, smuggling organizations here. How dangerous is the group we've gotten ourselves in bed with, essentially?
Monkey, did you catch that?
No, I did not. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of out of it this game.
It's all good. Basically, I'm
um,
asking if your character is familiar enough with law enforcement in the area, given you're a bounty hunter, to know who to talk to about
No,
smugglers in the
she
area.
would not be, but she also said she was going to bed really early and is under the sheet. So she went into her room to wake her up.
Oh, no. If she's already asleep, we'll just wait till tomorrow.
All right. I'm sending you the information to the question anyway, Monkey, just so you've got it.
Yop will duck into her room briefly, and about 15 minutes later, come back out and approach Vicaris.
Excuse me, Vicaris.
Yes.
I have a little something for you.
Ooh.
You see,
It's like Vicaris' birthday, too. Sorry.
Right.
well, this morning, there was quite a bit of confusion when you awoke, or when we awoke, to find you looking quite different than you did the day before. And it
Right.
seems like that's something that might continue to occur. Is that correct?
It might. I don't really know what's gonna happen after I wake up.
Well, see, that's exactly what I was thinking, and I was concerned about it, and so I made you this.
And Yop will hand Vicaris the clamshell that she purchased earlier, right? And using his magical, or using her magical tinkering skills, it is now inscribed with the words, "I am Vicaris."
Now, you see, if you wake up tomorrow and you look different, instead of undergoing all the confusion, you can just show everyone this, and they'll know that, oh, only Vicaris has this, because, see, this is my little stamp right here, and so they'll know that it's you.
Oh, it's like a little identification chip.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it.
I'm glad you like it. I was very concerned that people would start to get worried about your ever-changing presence and persona, but this will remain constant.
I specifically like this little doo-doo. You called it your mark?
Yes, you see, I
The
worked
doo-doo.
I meant to say doodle, but doo-doo came out.
I know. Yeah.
Phrasing.
My bad. I like this little
Um,
doodle here. You called it your mark?
Yes, I worked in Forge in Baldur's Gate for a very long time, and when I made something that was particularly artistic or expensive, I'd put this little mark on it so that everyone would know that it was a creation of Yop.
See, and I'm lifting it up to like the light now. And that's why I like it. It's so never find this anywhere else. Thank you,
No, you-
Yop.
You're very welcome.
Every day, I am just never ready every time he opens his mouth.
I think I'm gonna meditate now. Well, I'll see you. Perhaps it's someone else, but perhaps it's myself again.
Well, I look forward to whoever you are tomorrow morning.
You have a good night, Yop.
You too. Barkeep!
Yeah.
That's hilarious because I was gonna ask to seduce the barkeep and go to a room. Leaving the bar free to pillage for anyone still awake.
Classic.
I would like your finest ale, please.
Bottle or glass?
I will take it right from the bottle, thank you.
All right, we do 5 gold.
If you say so.
And he swipes up your coin and puts up a bottle that is maybe not worth the 5 gold, but
Oh, there's no way. Right.
All right.
Yop tastes it and thinks to herself, I can do much better than this for 5 gold.
Thank you.
Yep. Anything else? Anyone's doing?
I would have seduced the barkeep.
Rainer will get drunk and pick a fight. Well, probably start a fight. Anybody that's kind of being a douche, he will start a fight with them. That's what I was trying to say.
Persuasion check, Kiara, and intimidation check, Grinar. Okay, well. Okay, I don't think 6. I don't think 6 is enough to get you into a fight.
Mm,
One's just like, nah, man, I'm just here to drink.
Yeah.
everybody's a fucking. What was his name? Six Long. No, no, that's not who I'm thinking of.
Shaggy Mac.
Yeah, everybody's just a Shaggy.
Well, not everybody wants to fight every day, dude. That's a you thing.
I know. This is the place where people get rowdy and get thrown off the fucking balcony. I assume somebody was willing to start a fight, so.
Thrown
Not-
off the
not-
balcony, over a cliff, into said ocean.
Yeah. It's not a
You forgot
fun
some key details.
That's their problem, not mine, because I don't lose.
And if you did,
Grinar! Stop fussing with those patrons and come have a drink with me.
Alright. Yeah, Griner ceases whatever shenaniganry he was pulling to fuck with people who were already being dicks. And comes over and sits down next to Yap.
Oh, goody!
That's
You
right.
you seem quite fussy this evening. You should have some ale, but let me give you some advice. Don't ask for their best ale. It's not very good.
Did you ask for the? Yeah, then I could have told you that.
Oh, well, you live and you learn.
Or you die. He
Ooh,
gives
so
a
dark.
he gives an over dramatic like wink. He's clearly joking, and raises his drink and then drowns it.
Clink. Where are you from, Grinar?
I've been all over. What about yourself?
I've also been all over. I traveled near and far, going from forge to forge and meeting lots of nice people like yourself and Zashel and Kiara and Yumi and Vicaris. Do you see the shell I made for Vicaris?
I did see it. It was quite nice.
Yeah, so that way, when if he wakes up tomorrow looking different, we'll know it's him.
Suppose. Still not quite sure what's going on with him, but I suppose I think I like this version slightly more than the other one.
Oh, I like them both.
I like the feisty. It's amusing.
I'm shocked to hear that you like the feisty version.
What are you implying?
Oh, well, I saw you trying to pick fights out there. I know you like to mix it up.
Not inaccurate. It's good practice. Keeps you sharp.
I can understand that, but there are lots of things we need to stay sharp in. Like we need to stay sharp in being conversant and friendly.
There are a
And
lot
that's
more
what-
things that have tried to kill me than there are things that try to talk to me.
Oh, well, why do things keep trying to kill you?
It's a product of the lifestyle.
What lifestyle is that?
Grainar looks sort of uncomfortable for a moment, says, well, I didn't exactly always live peacefully with humans.
Oh, that sounds like you have a wonderful story to tell.
Wouldn't call it so wonderful.
Well,
I,
perhaps a complicated story to tell then.
I don't know if it's perhaps that complicated either. It's... Well,
Well, whenever you'd like to tell it, I'd love to hear it.
maybe after a few more drinks.
Lovely. Oh, barkeep! Barkeep! We seem to have lost the barkeep.
I wonder where he's gone.
I don't know. Well, hey,
Bang.
look,
You just hear all the banging sound of a headboard against a wall in the background. I don't know where he is.
sounds like someone's fixing the roof.
Grainar just gives a fucking look at Yap. Like, Yeah, that's what I was doing last night. Cleaning the room.
Right. This is what I propose. We will serve ourselves beverages, and I will collect the coin from both of us, and I will pay the barkeep in the morning.
Grinar looks at Yop and just sort of shrugs and says,
I just
Yeah,
face
whatever.
palmed so hard.
How much? Like, we don't know what our cut is yet, do we?
11 gold.
Did we get paid out already?
I thought I saw that
Oh.
in chat.
Yeah, 11 gold.
Oh, I missed the chat. Okay. So in that case, yeah,
We will drink the not so good ale, and I will set the price at 5 silver a glass, because that's about what it's worth.
Fair enough.
Yop goes behind the bar, pours 2 glasses, and just continues drinking with Grinar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of anything Grinar might let slip. I don't think Grinar's gonna like spill his heart out to you yet, but
I don't know. Yop's very charming, and she's certainly determined.
Yeah.
yeah, but there are some things he wouldn't tell you.
Well, sure, but something. But
and
fuck it, roll wisdom. Roll wisdom, dude. You're trying to figure it out.
I'm not gonna lie. If anybody is worth spilling your entire life story to in the party, it's fucking Yop.
Okay, well, add us next time.
Just at me next time. So Grinar perhaps has a bit too much to drink, and some things come spilling out. Some things he hasn't like really talked about in any detail to anybody in a long time. And Grinar mentions that he's from back on the mainland. The totem the bone totem that he wears, the symbol of his clan, the First Bones. Yeah, I mean, orcs are not very fucking creative. Cut me some slack. Sorry. Suit me, Titan. Suit me.
It was just more like the restrained, I'm trying not to laugh that got me.
Anyway, he never met his father, and he was raised with orcs. And his father is the human part. He was raised with orcs, and his whole childhood was sort of rough, and that's where he started punching things instead of reaching for the other orcs. The other young orcs would try to pick on him because he was smaller than them. And he found it was much easier to just punch the shit out of them rather than fumbling for a weapon, because they were never expecting him to just sock them in the mouth when they attacked him with a weapon. And let's see. He mentions that he was kicked out of his tribe rather violently because he saw that the way that the humans lived was easier and was much less deadly, and they, most humans, in their towns and behind their walls, until the orcs came knocking on their door, they lived pretty carefree lives with beautiful women and whatnot, or at least that's the way he perceived it. And trying to not just read off my backstory.
I gotcha.
Let's see. Could I get a persuasion check for you? Because there's one piece of information that I'm not sure he would willingly part with. Okay, double nat 20s.
I think he's
told
hiding
you,
that
if
information.
there's one person in the party you spill your guts to, it's Yop.
It's definitely
Particularly when she's drinking. She's an old pro.
Yeah. So while Griner is telling the story, he's taken his helmet off, and he's like sort of fiddling with the end of his braids. When he's talking about how the humans had it better or whatever, and they never had to risk anything, and he sort of gets real quiet for a moment, like pauses in the middle of the story while he's like fiddling with the edge of the braids, and he looks down at it and says, "The life that I lived out there, constantly fighting, raiding, pillaging, and constantly being in danger either from the other orcs or the humans coming to send adventurers to come take rid of us. That was not the life I wanted for my daughter." He finishes his drink.
Yop takes a big pull from her drink and says,
I'm very sorry that you had such a rough childhood. But I'm glad you found your way to us, and you're amongst friends now. Where's this daughter that you speak of?
She's still there. I couldn't take her with me when I left.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But perhaps one day, with your new friends, we can go back and visit, and maybe she'll want to come with us.
Maybe. We got some old scores to settle, I guess.
Well, we won't worry about those now. We'll worry about the scores that we have to settle tomorrow, and then we'll worry about the ones after that. And I'm sure sooner or later that will lead you back to a reunion with your daughter.
I certainly
Am I
hope
hearing
so, yeah.
Sonic Screwdriver? Sorry.
That or something else.
Okay.
fantastic. This is now a Doctor Who RPG.
Griner nods and says, "I'll drink to that."
Click.
All right. So I'm not sure exactly how much we're spending, but Griner is not going to spend more than half of his gold because he has something else to do with the rest of it.
Okay.
After probably
I'd say he'd spend about 6 gold, which is 12 drinks. So I think that's good. Probably.
okay. And Yop will probably match that.
And then say, well, it was very lovely getting to know you a little bit, and I look forward to getting to know you even more. But I've had a very long day, and I think it's best if I go to bed. Have a lovely evening.
You too. Yeah. Thanks for. Let me talk.
Anytime, you know where to find me.
And Yop will retire. And withdraw into her shell and be snoring in about 30 seconds.
Now Griner has to get all the information out of her next time. He just feels, damn it, she got everything out of me. I have to get out of her. But he's gonna remember that in the morning, not right now. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Griner stumbles back to his room, pretty drunk, and just goes to bed without any further ensemble.
Okay. And
Veshel starts to offer to help Griner back, and then just
Nah,
realizes he was never
good.
part of any of this conversation and just keeps his mouth shut.
I didn't even. You could have interjected.
Yes, I could have, but I did not.
To not
yeah.
meta, I didn't listen to the single thing you guys just talked about.
Zashel, what are you doing? Are you reading under the guise of trying to are you actually trying to read, or are you listening? At what point do you retire? What prompts you to do what the rest of your evening activities?
Mostly he's just still going through the tome that he's got. Once he gets kind of bored about that, after maybe an hour or so, he just sort of plays with the snake and is musing, trying to figure out a name And then once Yop and Greinar go to bed, he's like, well, sounds like a time to retire. Before the banging starts again.
I'll have you know that the party train never stops.
Settle the snake in
Round
the other
2,
bed.
please.
Kiara was in here last night with the guy from the bar that was not the owner, so I'm kind of hoping the owner has another room somewhere so that Zashel can actually sleep.
By the time Kiara, this depends. Kiara, do you stay with him?
I stay
That
with
whole
the
time?
barkeep.
Okay,
Yeah.
then never mind. All right,
She don't pay for rooms. What?
fair enough. Okay, yep. So yeah, that's quiet. Okay. Morning comes. What do you guys do? And Cass, I'm still working on sending you the stuff you're asking for.
No,
Well,
you're all good.
since
She's
I
just
wake up
doing-
super early,
Yeah, you wake up at midnight, basically.
perfect. First thing I'm gonna do, immediately get up, look in the mirror, and just run my hands through my hair and just smile. And then I'm gonna take my books, seeing that Yumi is still asleep. Take my books, sit down right in the center, and start reading.
All right.
To learn Dwarvish.
Yes. I'll give you some mechanics for learning language for next session. You are going to
Cool.
need a light because you cannot see color in dark, even with dark vision. So reading on paper is almost impossible.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I know or mentioned, but I'm out here,
Oh, okay.
and then I will, if necessary, light the fire.
All right.
I'm a bet. I guess I can move myself, huh?
Oh, you woke up the same today?
Never said.
We'll leave that for when everyone else wakes up. And then Dawn and other people get up. Who's getting up first? Who gets up first and how?
Yumi gets up bright and early. She doesn't usually sleep in.
Okay.
I linger and have some more fun with the barkeep.
Zashel tries
Round 3.
to be.
Uh,
Does try to be up by dawn to see the sunrise.
All right.
Yumi, as soon as you walk out, you see the car in his original.
Hey, you're not on fire.
Hi, not today.
That's good. One less blanket to pay for.
Oh right, I do need a new blanket. Is the barkeep around? I haven't seen him for 4 hours at least.
I just got out here. You've been here longer than I have.
Oh, that's a good point. Sorry, I was immersed in my books.
So Cass, I'm gonna
Mhm.
PM you something real quick, and then you guys keep going.
Trying to learn Dwarvish. It's a funny language.
I think you've got the accent down.
Thank you.
Eventually the barkeeper comes down from upstairs. He looks very sick and tired, and even more grouchy than usual. And says, "You guys agree? Do you need anything?"
I would love some breakfast, and also I need a blanket. Something happened to my last one. Don't know what. Oh, hi, Kiara.
She is fucking glowing. She's like, morning, Picardus. How are you? I see that you're you today.
I'm always May. What?
You know, you, the you that was here yesterday.
Oh right. Yep. Back to spring.
She also left 3 gold on old dude's bed.
Oh,
Paying for him like a cheap whore. I love it.
All right.
Jesus,
3 gold. That is not
Right?
poor.
Common whore, whatever.
Like, where did she get all this money?
You know what I
Exceptional.
meant.
Everyone got 11 gold.
Zashel's up with Snake. Has Snake got a name yet?
Not yet.
All right.
Probably gonna
Nope.
be something ridiculous in the end, but
Yeah. Obviously, no pressure. It's just a snake, but
not just a snake. Thank you.
He is my friend.
He's his little pet. He's so cute. Press the
Congratulations.
digits.
Zashel,
Welcome.
you
Oh,
go
wait.
to. Zashel, you go to. You're going outside. You're going to watch the sunrise. Yes.
Yes, I'm on my way out.
Okay.
Seeing everybody up this early, it's good morning. Just have to deal with something outside. How's everybody doing?
Great.
You're that you. Okay, good morning.
You all keep saying that.
Zashel, while you're outside, could you roll insight?
16.
I'll whisper that to you. And Grynar and Yop, what happens when you get up?
Excuse me. Yop, whenever she gets up, she'll probably spend a half hour or so just in the room, meditating and various prayers. And then once that is complete, she will venture out and just survey the room and see who's awake and greet Yumi and hello, greet Kara, hello, and then to Vikaris will be like, with a big shit-eating grin on her face, be like, I don't know if I know you or not.
Oh, right. And I'll pull out the clam. No, clam?
Oh, Vikaris, and she claps her hands. Very excited. It's so nice to see you this morning. I see you're back to your old form. That's lovely.
I do feel quite comfortable in this form.
And that comfort shows. You look quite at home. And then Yop will approach the barkeep and say, last night, after you went up to go fix the roof, we continued to have some drinks. And here is the 12 gold for the drinks that we had. And puts 12
Jesus.
gold on the bar.
He looks. He's leaning on the bar for support. He has no color in his face, and he looks like he's had. He looks like he's starving. And he just scrapes up the coin and says, okay, fine.
Well, roofing is very difficult work, and it's probably a bit easier if you do it during the day, my friend.
I'm sorry. Did not all Materia Planas look like this? Because you all seem to be at a loss of color. I don't see what's different about him.
Grynar looks down at his hands and looks up at him and says, I think you need to get your eyes checked, mate. God damn it, I'm copying your accent.
So it's Sarah.
God damn it.
I don't know what you're talking about either. I'm a very lovely shade of green.
Right, but like Yumi, for instance, she's very pale.
Yeah? What about it?
Well, I'm just saying, you'll keep
She says
bringing
as
up
she
the
reaches
barkeep.
for an arrow.
You're bringing up the
Repeat
barkeep,
that sentence.
but
Talk a lot of
He's
shit for
pale.
somebody in pincushion distance.
Talk a lot of shit for someone with the 12 AC.
Who also
Fucking-
loves arrows with his face.
chest, thank you.
just somehow manages to make a cocking sound with an arrow. Talking mad shit for somebody with 12 AC, homie.
Am I the only one who noticed how pale everybody looks? Well,
I mean, not everybody. That's why I'm a fan. Have you noticed?
Well, unfortunately, I kind of know why, Grub is pale. Which is why I ordered some eggs and some oranges for him to eat.
is it not just because he's from this plane?
Oh, more like because I'm not from this plane.
No, I thought we covered this. It's because of all the roofing he was doing last night.
Yes, because of the she does quotation marks, that he did last night, that I, in quotation, assisted him with.
Wait, since
But
when
you look
do you know
fine.
how to do that?
Wait, did you read
Reinar looks at Yumi, and then just looks back at Kiara and says, I'm not sure they've done this before.
No, you know what? It's all good. You know what I mean? He knows what it's all good. It's all good.
Wait, I don't know what you mean. I'm confused.
Here's another
Okay.
question. Have we ever wondered what Zashel does outside?
Yeah, I was out there with him.
Yeah, we should
He's,
probably catch up
reading
and talk about a game plan.
He reads his book.
Reads a book.
Oh, look, it's his
I
little
can't.
snicky snake.
The
It's-
snake's actually
Hey, buddy.
outside, but if I put it out here, it disappears. So
Oh.
I left it on the front where I can see it.
I couldn't read the book right, like it's written in whatever language. I
No,
don't want to say it in case it's not written in a different language.
no, you couldn't read it.
Okay.
At full HP, which is a number that I don't know.
17.
Don't know your max HP.
I was max HP for 5 seconds and have never been back. Okay, it's all good. Did we all go out to look for Zashel?
Sounds like just you.
Fuck it.
I didn't. I was just asking the question. I'm still with my book.
So I need to do my morning rituals, and I also wanted to go visit a place. Are we? Brandon will say, what kind of we don't like have anything to do today, right? Didn't think we had anything.
Go back
Uh,
to the lighthouse, see if we have another job.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Well, I mean, I just have something to do before we do that.
What's that?
Oh, DM2.
Okay. In the meantime, what are other people? Zashel, do you want to describe what you're doing outside?
Zashel is sitting outside, sort of overlooking the ocean. His book is out on his lap, but he's not really paying attention to it. He's sort of gazing up at the sunrise, kind of with a concerned look on his face, like he knows something's wrong, but he doesn't know what is wrong. And Snick is just kind of curled up on the book.
Kiara does that thing where she waves her hand really, really fast in front of his face.
Okay. Oh, hi, Kara. What's happening?
Morning, Zashel. Should we make a game plan for today? Everybody's up now.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
You okay? Did you sleep?
Yeah, no, it's just a weird feeling, that's all. And he'll close the book with the snake in it.
What the fuck?
Oh, shit, sorry, snake.
Can I stop him before he does that?
Oh,
I mean, he doesn't
like,
like
stutter.
slam the book.
he's not hurting the snake, just closing it in the book and then realizing what he's done. Opens the book back up, sets the snake on his shoulder, and closes his book. Straps it back on his back. Yeah, let's go back and figure out what we're doing, I guess.
Dear Lord, you're gonna be the death of that poor thing. And then she walks back in.
I'm gonna be the death of you. Let me pet this thing.
Have you named your snake yet?
Not yet. I'm waiting. I figured
For?
I think there are some secrets in here. I might be able to speak to him, like actually speak to him, and then that might help me.
Have you tried singing to him?
I haven't. I'll think about
Sometimes in the Fae, if you sing to a creature, it'll sing back.
I did want to ask you, Yumi, is there any chance you know who would we speak to in terms of law enforcement that might know about the smuggling operation of San Belay? Might know something. If we're going to turn them in, we should probably have someone we can speak to beforehand. We are all still planning on turning him in, correct?
Oh,
Yeah,
are we not?
or killing him,
Yumi does
depending
the
on which one
across
comes
the neck
first.
sign.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are we not? And she runs her finger across her neck, as in,
I mean, if that's something that law enforcement in this area is fine with, and it becomes necessary, I don't see why not. I don't want to get us in trouble with law enforcement in this area when we're trying to set up our franchise.
Like Yumi, you're a bounty hunter, right? Is there a
Yes.
place you go to like pick up bounties? We could see if there's a bounty on his head.
I
And
do
then-
not believe there is a bounty on his head.
I mean, we
Perhaps
can
there's a
always
general
just
bounty
roll.
on smugglers, at least.
Yeah.
DM, would I know if there's a general bounty on smugglers?
Yes and no. In general, if you can assist, particularly in your job, if you can assist law enforcement, there is often some sort of based on how well you performed and what you recovered, that kind of thing.
Let's just say smugglers have friends in high places. And that's why they've been able to do what they've been doing for so long.
Oh, also, I just had this random thought. How are they smugglers if they're paying for the goods that they're smuggling onto a ship? Wouldn't that just be buying goods to give to people on a ship and making profit? Kind of like when we went to the general store, and he always kind of wants to sell us a little bit under. He makes a profit off of what he gives us.
Well, I don't think they're supposed to be selling what they're selling. Is the crime?
Yes, their goods are not meant to be traded the
That's
way
sanctioned,
they're doing
or
it.
whatever you want to call it.
I mean, it still just sounds like to me they're buying weapons and clothing and selling them to people who live on the sea. I wonder if there's something they're actually smuggling makes them worth more that they didn't tell us. That maybe the lower ranks of their flunky will actually know about.
We kind of face palms and just. I don't think this is the best place to be having this kind of conversation with
Oh,
how
don't
loud
worry.
you are.
She's slightly offended.
My response to that is just slightly.
I mean, is there other people in here and there's just not tokens, or are we the only one in here?
There more and more people come in and out.
Yeah, But I
as-
assume there are people in here and you're discussing this very loudly, how legal and not legal smuggling is.
Also,
Right.
I don't think my character would be yelling this stuff. We're all sitting at a table, but she's
Oh, yeah,
only talking
but-
about it.
It's still a public place.
I think Yumi makes an excellent point. Maybe it's time to go back to the lighthouse and come up with a plan.
Well, if you could check in with him too. We haven't seen him for 2 days.
Fair enough.
True.
All right.
He
you
might
guys-
thought we quit.
Or
Might
died.
not
No.
be died.
Died. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, probably more on the line of death because, like, if we quit, technically people come after us for us to pay our quitting fee.
True.
You guys go back to the lighthouse
Oh.
then?
I
Yes.
took out my sending stone. Can I try and use it?
Yes, you can.
Wait, I got a cell phone. I mean a stone phone.
Don't phone. I hate you.
Cellstone.
She's gonna tap it. Is
Sit.
this thing on? Hello, this is Kiara. How do I use this? It didn't come with instructions.
I was trying to come up with a joke about something Horizon, but I'm not feeling it today.
Your sending stone. Does it go to head office or does it go to something else?
It
Just
goes to
making sure.
fucking anything.
Okay.
It did not say what it goes to. It's,
Okay. If it didn't say specifically head office, then it's gonna go to. Ah! You're alive! Oh, thank fuck! Oh god!
It is
Ah.
specific.
Is this Abernathy? Can you hear me? This time she really is yelling.
It's a sending stone, so it only works once a day.
Oh, okay. She doesn't know. Also, my sending stone's flaw is it randomly will pick up radio chatter and use its
Yes.
once a day perk.
Yes, I remember that.
Abernathy's still alive. I don't know if you got that, but we could go.
Why in the world would he be dead?
Why not?
We did
He had an
give
arrow
the
in his head, didn't he?
location to our hideout / headquarters to San Ballet.
And whose fault was that again?
Mine and Zashel's because we were really bad at thinking on our feet. And we technically did have a reason to lie. It just made it harder for us to get what we needed.
I disagree that was not thinking on my feet. I offered them a new smuggling route away from the place that we were trying to clean. But that's neither here nor there. We should get going.
I just thought it would get us closer to the ship.
You just want to bang everybody on the show.
Yes and no. I technically want the ship. Not necessarily want to bang the people on it, but if
You want
that's
the
what I
ship
have to
because
do
you
to
want to
get
turn
it,
into
then
your
I do.
bank bus. Let's be honest here.
No. Actually, you couldn't be more wrong.
Mhm.
But that's a good guess. If she leaves.
Mhm.
Does she ever shut up? Yumi will.
I don't know.
It's like there's
Normally
no
I'd
filter with
Tie
her.
her up.
None.
Normally I'd suggest we could tie her up, but I think she'd just enjoy that.
Yeah, I think she would enjoy being gagged.
Yeah.
And Yumi will leave as well and head towards the dock.
Okay. Let's get a con save from Bakaris as you guys have to cross the bridge again.
Guys, do we, right before like we pass it, I'm just gonna kind of like stop and stare at it and be like, isn't there another way?
What's the matter?
It's nothing.
Probably
I just
take a boat across the water. That would take longer, though.
don't like this. It's fine. Let's go.
Okay.
Does anything weird look like? Does a bridge look weird in any way, shape, or form?
Roll. Let's roll investigation. That makes sense.
Vicaris, now you look pale.
No, it's just it's a bridge that has some structures on it that are often used during the market time. Like some buildings, it's a pretty wide bridge. It's in fact wider than most of the roads, like side roads and stuff around the town. But other than that, it's not super weird. It's made of stone.
I'm casting detect magic.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Do
Wait,
it.
I just killed us on this bridge. I hate this bridge.
The faintest, and it's incredibly faint, but the faintest light of abjuration magic on the bridge.
Guys, there's something wrong. Something wrong with this bridge. Zashel, turn your god eyes on.
I will cast detect magic.
You have the
Bridge.
same.
Looks normal. What's the problem?
What do you mean it looks normal? It's glowing.
I mean, there's really weak magic, which I presume is to prevent the wood from rotting and the metal from rusting in the ocean water, but
We don't know that, do we?
Can't Kiara?
admittedly, no. And he walks like onto the bridge and off the bridge and onto the bridge and off the bridge. What's
Right, we see you can do that. Thank you very much. However,
It's-
there's something on this bridge that's not right.
Might I suggest it might be because he's not from here?
Well, no, there's Kiara and she's fine.
Can
Oh,
Kiara
maybe
go
it's-
into the river?
Specific.
you are from different
specific
planes,
places,
I assume. So
presumably.
clearly, this is something tied to your particular home.
Maybe something to do with your hometown, so to speak.
It's called. It's not a town. It's an entire. It's an entire plane of existence.
Griner has a stupid look on his face. He's like, "Okay, drama queen. You know what?
Are we
I meant.
not? Is nobody else concerned about this? Am I the only one? Am
Kiara-
I crazy here?
You're the only one who has a problem with it. I don't know what's going on.
Kiara literally dove into the river to go check underneath the bridge, so
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, you can do that.
okay.
Are you casting? Can you? I don't think you can cast Alter Self yet.
Level 3.
Roll perception. And are you going into the water and looking under the water, or just looking at the structure from beneath, like from?
She at first wants to go, like, if there's any pillars, she wants to check out the pillars, like the underneath of the bridge, like maybe there's like some rude markings or something, and then if she could go under the water as well.
Okay.
She's just trying to look to see if there's like any type of like I guess like arcade markings.
Okay. Roll investigation then. Also, the water is freezing cold.
That's good. Why can't I find it? Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
All right. So the structure of the bridge has a couple of stone pillars that support it, just two. And in between them, in the arch between them, at the very peak of the arch, there is very, very difficult to see and very, very much faded away and weathered down some mark at the top at the peak of the arch.
Is there a way that I could memorize the marking so when I get out of the water I could draw it? Like, is there a rule you would like me to roll?
I'll have you roll an intelligence check. I'm gonna set the
It's not
DC
my
at
strong suit.
It's kind of high, but that's just because of the weathering and because of what it is. It's gonna be
Distance, probably.
and distance. 15. Unfortunately,
That's not
no.
good.
It's a little tricky, but you know it's there.
Okay. And then she's gonna dive under the water and see if there are any like glowing stones that have any markings.
Okay. I'll give you perception or investigation, but I think I'll give this a disadvantage because you're under.
Okay. You said perception or what?
Or investigation, whatever's better for you.
4. I don't see anything.
Yeah, you have a feeling that may have been the thing that you saw earlier. Might have been it.
All right. Question.
Mhm.
Wait, I could answer my own question probably.
Oh, okay.
I never used this spell, so I don't actually know how it works.
Oh, what spell?
Okay. If I touch the bridge and cast Identify, would it work for the whole bridge, or do I have to go touch the rune symbol?
In this case, I would say you technically have to touch the rune symbol. It's also worth noting that Identify requires 100 gold pearl, 100 gold worth pearl as a component.
Also, you have to
Oh yeah,
touch it.
forgot that.
Or is it an hour? Is it a minute? I can't remember.
You can cast Identify whenever, but it is
takes a
also
minute.
Either an hour or a minute. Yeah.
No, it takes a minute.
It can be a ritual as well.
No, I totally forgot about the 100 gold because I've never used the spell really. So that's okay.
That's okay. You have never had to use that spell.
All right, she's just gonna swim out, prestidigitate herself dry, and make it herself smell good. And then she's gonna be like, "Were there some weird markings under the bridge, but I couldn't really see them because, like, I was treading water and it was really cold."
Right. Well, see, something's weird.
Can you describe the markings? Perhaps draw them?
Well, she looks for a stick.
I have a pen here, and and a piece of parchment.
Well, let's see. It was like, is this small? She's just doing a really tiny, tiny doodle because she doesn't remember what it looks like, and I failed my roll. So, but it's super, super small. She draws a couple. She's like, something like this, but I really couldn't tell.
I don't suppose this actually looks like anything to me.
No.
Well, this will bear some investigation. But either way, we need to cross this bridge.
I mean, we've already crossed it, so.
I've got a weird question.
I meant repeatedly, so.
Did I see Kiara cast prestidigitation on herself?
Yeah.
What does she smell like now?
She smells like lavender and sandalwood.
Hell yeah, that one coming back.
Yeah! Don't worry, it's Devo's favorite smell and Cassie's.
That's almost a year-old joke now. Okay, continue. Sorry.
I'm done.
Okay, so you guys cross the bridge, you make it to the docks. You guys have a keel boat that brought you here that you can use to return to the lighthouse.
Maybe I should wait and have the boat come back.
Can you not swim, Yop?
Yeah, can you not swim?
Oh no, I'm very good in the water. I'm more worried about everyone else if I'm on the boat with you.
Well, could you just not swim behind the boat? Can we attach it to the boat and pull you?
That's not degrading.
I mean,
Then
why don't we
my
just... buy
lovely
another boat?
apron will get all wet.
We could take the apron in the boat.
Well,
You can't, actually.
It's sort of bolted to the shell. It would be
Oh.
quite cumbersome to get off.
How much is
Oh,
it
no,
to
it
buy a
doesn't
second
hurt.
rowboat?
FYI, if Yop dies, I'm getting that.
That's fucking dark, right?
Did Panrin just show up in this game? What's going on?
If anybody
What is-
dies, I call dibs on their shit.
It's not their shit. It's very special shit. Very
Thank you.
important things.
Doesn't matter.
It's not a Panrin thing.
Way funnier this way.
Panrin's a kleptomaniac. That's very different.
It's very
I'm
different
not
reasons.
saying
to
it's
take
not different. I'm saying it's funnier this way.
Okay. What do you guys choose to do about this? This
Can we-
400-pound torque.
Can we just buy a second rowboat? Because this is always gonna have to happen.
Oh, I can.
What about a
might
whaler
take-
can?
I can. It might take a day to get here, though. So, what's our plan for today?
I don't mind waiting.
But someone will have to row the boat back to you, right?
Don't we have staff?
Point.
I
We
think
do, yeah.
Sunny is the lightest out of all of us. So wouldn't Sunny come back because he's just a kid?
Is he lighter than me?
Oh no, he's not. But
But
he's
More than
strong.
happy
He's
to
stronger
help
than
him
you.
row.
He's
I don't
stronger
believe
than
he
you.
is the lightest. Thank you.
He's definitely stronger than you, though.
Yeah, that's just the important part that I'm the lightest.
Listen.
For some reason, it's important to have cars.
Can I float on my back? Can I float on my shell?
Fuck it, yeah. I don't think technically yes, but sure, why not?
Okay.
But maybe just for today we can try this.
And I will take off my hat, my big giant yellow sun hat, and I will undo my yellow sash, and everything that I can remove, I will remove, and I will put into the boat. And I will wade into the water and sort of roll over onto my back and float there, and retract my legs up into my shell.
Someone hand me a rope, please.
Here you go.
Okay, let's off we go to the lighthouse.
Someone
we're
want to
going
hold?
have to find a better solution than this, but off we go, I guess.
There are a lot of people staring.
Hello.
Someone else might want to hold this rope.
We'll just tie it to the boat, silly.
I'll help hold the rope.
Are
She
you,
wants you to tie it to the boat.
tying to the boat or holding the rope?
I'm not going to hold on to the rope because I am not strong enough.
Yumi,
Yeah,
are you
literally
holding on to it or are you tying
I am.
it?
That's the rope.
Okay, she's holding
Unless
on to
someone
it.
else wants to tie it.
I'll tie it to the boat.
I guess I could.
Nope, tying it to the boat. Too late.
Tying it to the boat's smart because here's the deal: Yop is almost the weight of nearly the whole party combined. Like, okay. Fuck it. Yop, make an athletics check for me.
Oh yeah, this is gonna go great.
Natural.
Oh,
Oh, my
shit.
god.
Ho ho ho! Whew.
Whee!
Not a problem. This is not a problem. All right, let's get you guys onto the
Good thing
lighthouse.
DM didn't say at disadvantage. Go from
No
nat 20
kidding.
to nat 1.
You guys eventually make it to the lighthouse, where the sign.
As soon as we're on shore, I approach Vicaris and just say,
Could you expedite the acquisition of another rowboat, please?
Oh, I could certainly try.
Thank you.
Can I just do my DC check to see if I can get it at half cost?
Yes, yes.
Yes. And I
15% off is what it is.
and
will use
actually-
Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage.
Hell
and I
yeah!
will give him guidance.
Hey, that's the first time I've ever heard that fucking sentence.
Because I finally remembered. Shut up.
No, not you. I was talking shit about someone else.
Okay.
Last time he played this game, there was another wild magic sorcerer. It was just
Jesus.
terrible.
He was
You
always
have
like,
guidance,
"Oh
you have
man, I
guidance."
can never,
I know.
I can never meet my specs." And I was like, "You have infinite advantage. Like anytime you want it, you can have it."
You know what's
My
funny
guy.
is he also had the luck stone. He had
Yeah,
the
and
luck
he also
stone
never
and
used that. And I was
yeah.
like, "My bruh."
Lucy needs the luck stone on our Wednesday campaign. That bitch needs everything. That gives her a second roll.
That's because she goes through here.
Okay, so we're paying full price.
Full price for a keelboat. I'll set that up for you guys for next time. Okay. You guys come inside, and Abernathy immediately comes
I'm
through
sorry.
the.
Jesus. Sorry.
Real quick.
Mhm.
Keelboat or rowboat?
It's
You
going to
guys
be
have
a
got a keelboat.
rowboat.
Oh yeah.
Keelboat?
Oh.
We're going to
You
need a
guys have
rowboat.
been-
A
'Cause
keelboat is huge. It's
3,000
6 by 20
gold
as opposed to a
pieces.
rowboat.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's why I'm saying I can try to get you guys a keelboat if that's what you want.
We don't have that kind of money.
All right.
It's $3,000.
How much
Unless
does
you're
it
about
cost?
to give us $3,000.
A
We don't-
keelboat is $3,000.
A rowboat
might-
is
that
50
might be a-
gold.
that might be a longer term solution.
I mean,
Uh,
we're about to steal a ghost ship.
I would like to cancel my acquisition of rowboat.
All right. Okay.
We can try another day.
So Abernathy greets you in the welcoming room, the living room, and he's where have you guys been? Where have you all been? I almost sent Sunny out to put up more wanted poster or help wanted posters. You guys are all alive and you're all together. Good job. And he goes to he kind of goes to almost slam his head into a door frame in exasperation, and then remembers that would kill him instantly with the arrow sticking out of his forehead. And he says, all right, okay, all right. Do you have your proof of your bounty? Did you guys do the job, and did you do a good job, and can you prove that you did?
We know for sure
Here's the thing.
that the house is not haunted anymore.
We have dealt with
Ta-da.
all the undead within that house.
Yeah, don't we have skeleton bones and the old guy's beard that we ripped off?
Oh, I still have his rib, and I pulled
Yep.
that out.
We have the gold-plated ribs, which is a little weird. There is another issue, technically, with having fully cleared the house. Do we have a copy of the actual bounty flyer that I could look at, Abernathy?
Yes. He goes and retrieve it as Sarah finds it again real quick.
And
Quick, let me lawyer my way out of the fact that we left some people alive in there.
while he's looking for the original,
I'm not lawyering my
I'm
way
just-
out of shit. I'm trying to determine the technicalities of what we need.
So lawyering your way out of it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Let's just be honest here. Come on.
Anyone's proficient in alchemy tools, could they get to work immediately on creating Xanax for poor Abernathy?
Give me a minute. Let me roll
it's-
some checks real quick.
It's definitely worth mentioning that brain matter has no pain nerves. It's only when the arrow gets jostled and affects his skull and the skin and the skin around it that it causes any trouble. But he's stupid as shit and it keeps happening to him. Let's see. Okay. We've got oh fuck, is this the wrong? Okay. Sorry, I'm just parsing the relevant information. I believe it's 200 gold to empty the house and bring evidence that it is unhaunted to a member of the city council, so that the house could either be destroyed or put on the market.
Mission complete then.
Mm.
The undead situation is resolved. The house is in such poor shape that demolition would almost certainly be the better solution, which also does a little bit to solve our smuggling issue, since with no house to hide in, that sort of undoes their thing. Although, if, as Yumi suggests, they're as connected as this particular group of smugglers is connected, they may be able to bypass the council's will on having the house demolished.
And
However, forcing their hand in that could be beneficial for us. It would allow us to see which members of the council might be tied up with this particular group.
Yeah, I was about to ask, does it list specific council members or?
It just says members of the council, but Yumi would know the members of the council by name. If not by face, she knows their names.
Hey, Yumi, do you know any of the council members? Cricket, cricket.
Monkey, you still okay?
Yeah, what?
Oh,
You're so sick,
we love you,
girl.
Monkey.
I know. I'm sorry.
You happen to know any of the council members?
No, definitely not.
You do. You do.
Why?
Yes. I'm
Correction,
sending you their
I
names
do.
in just a second.
Sorry.
Perhaps
How
not
would I
personally, I
council
would assume,
members?
but
You know their names, that's all.
Oh, I assume she meant, do I personally know them? Like,
Oh.
no. Why would I know these people?
Because the boys brought up a good idea. Like, whoever is wanting this house to be demolished or whatnot, or hired us to, go clear it out. Maybe they're working with Sam Ballet because Sam Ballet and his crew couldn't clear out the skeletons themselves. So what if a council member hired some adventurers like us to go and clear it out for him?
But
Type of dealio.
if they're competent adventurers, they would discover the smugglers. They might out their own illegal trading. Why would they do that?
Well,
I'm
maybe
sort of
they
assuming
thought that
whoever... Go ahead.
maybe they thought Sam Ballet and his goons were strong enough to defeat. So level 1 adventurers that died several times to snakes and spiders.
Well, if they're able to defeat such a party, then they could easily defeat the undead too.
Well,
True, I
in
guess.
theory, they might be able to kill them. They might be able to
In-
kill such party of level 1 adventurers. After the level 1 adventurers killed all the skeletons, they walked out like, we did it, guys! And they all get shot to death in the hallway.
Yeah.
My more consideration is we have, by technicality, met all the requirements of this particular bounty.
And technically correct is the best kind of correct.
Oh, I agree.
I agree, yup. I agree. Anyway, the bounty mentioned that clearing the house would be for either the resettling or demolishing of the house, and I think we can all agree, with several rooms missing floorboards, the floors rotten and falling through, demolishing the house would be almost necessary. No one's going to move into or renovate that house without demolishing it in the first place. So,
I agree that demolishing the house would be a nice solution to the smuggling problem, but we need to be prepared for one contingency. If the house is demolished, Sam Ballet and his crew are almost certainly going to show up here at the lighthouse expecting it to be their new headquarters.
Ooh.
Yes, as per the, and Zashel air quotes, agreement, verbal agreements. Anyway, that agreement.
No, not lawyering anything.
What if? I wonder how much they're selling it for. Maybe Sanballat could make an offer, and
That would require
actually
him
buy
to
it?
come out. That would
I'm
require
pretty
him
sure
to
he
come
could
out
send
into the
one of
open.
his goons.
You think that smugglers are gonna legally buy property so they can smuggle legally?
No, but
I mean,
I'm
it's that or against the
wondering
rules.
if somebody did, and in fact did not burn, demolish the house. It could be that they are the benefactor, I suppose, is the word that Sanballat is in fact working for. It may give us simply more information on what's going on here. At the very least,
There's
I
so
think
many
we can all
angles.
agree that it's worth turning in the bounty.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wait. Should we turn in the bounty now? We still have 4 days before this ghost ship shows up. Should we
I mean,
I don't
200
know.
gold. I'm all right with turning it in.
I would also like 200 gold, but I would also like Sanballat
think
to not
that's
show up tomorrow because somebody threw a fireball at the building to make it burn.
I mean, his stuff is mostly in the caves underneath the building.
Yes, everything is underground behind a hidden door in a fireplace.
Well, yes,
It's
although
not
once the building is demolished, I think those doors would be readily apparent.
What's still underground?
True.
And
But the entrance to that underground area would be built.
the ship is going to show up whether the house is standing or not.
Well, if they get
True.
caught, then he gets arrested. He's a criminal anyways.
I have zero issues with this.
Alright, let's go turn it in.
Okay. So you guys are going to go to the council hall.
I'll wait here at the lighthouse.
Go to the council hall to collect your bounty, which is another row back into town.
I will stay with Yop at the lighthouse.
Okay.
I don't want to meet council members.
Great, because I have a very intricate 47-part plan that I want to discuss with Monkey while she's ill and can't focus.
Let's do it.
Would Monkey have given us the names of the council people before we left, though?
Yes, I'll just put that in chat.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
The good news, Vicaris, is that I don't believe we'll have to cross the bridge. We should be able to pull up at the docks on the northern part of town.
My stomach feels good about that.
And in fact, yes, you are brought to, well, not brought to, you are directed with some assistance to the council hall. One of the finer looking buildings, not only on the block, but in the city in general. It's very well maintained and has a lot of classic architecture and design. The inside is, and the inside is furnished with tapestries of the history of Saltmarsh as it stands, and portraits of past and present council members. The entrance hall has doors for private offices, and then the hall has a very large set of wooden doors at the very far end, which you can only imagine is in some fashion a committee or council room. Any particular door that you knock on, like each door has a plaque with the name of the council member on it. So is there a name that you look for specifically, or do you just pick the first one?
Well, I think Copperlocks is probably a dwarf. answer on that one.
Kiara, we may need to have some HR discussions.
Great.
Good lord.
Does anybody recognize any of these names?
I know Elanda
Who's
Firebrand,
Grindar?
but he
I-
might not know me.
I think Griner hasn't like met any of them like formally, but he probably knows of them, correct?
Yes.
What the general populace thinks of them, I presume.
I think in your circles you would most have heard about Eleander and Edda.
Okay.
But yeah,
Um,
yeah.
If Eleander used to be a soldier, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Edda, what did Edda do? Can't remember.
Edda is a fisherwoman.
Yeah. I know last time we basically only talked to Eleander, so let's do Edda.
You say we. No one else has
Sorry.
experienced this yet.
Sorry. You and
Eleander.
me, I guess. Last time we only ever talked to you doing Eleander, so this time we're gonna talk to you doing Edda.
Okay. Let me just pull up her scene. You knock on the door, and after a very, very short amount of time, an older woman answers the door, and she says, "Hi, and who might you lot be?"
We represent
I-
the newest.
Go ahead.
We represent the newest franchise of Acquisitions Incorporated, recently opened at the Lighthouse, and I'll vaguely wave. My name is Zashel. This is, and I will let everyone introduce themselves.
I'll like slightly curtsy and be like, Kiara. And before we left the lighthouse, I put on my fancy clothes, so I don't look like a whore right now.
Oh, good to know.
I was gonna say, it's gonna be a weird. I'm Kiara, in my little
No,
tiny
she's wearing like some silky, like almost satin like dress, like a little shawl. So she looks fancy right now.
All right.
So
And
pretty.
alternatively, Edda is in very plain working clothes, actually. And she offers a hand.
Have common clothes.
She offers a hand to everybody to shake, and she has a very firm and wiry grasp. She says, "Right, and what might you be doing here?"
I just want to introduce myself real quick. Be like, my name's Vicaris. Don't be alarmed. I don't always look like, but I do have this nifty clam, and should I have it, you know, I'm actually Vicaris and not some. I forgot the word.
Imposter.
Imposter.
I lean into Zashel or Grindar or whoever's closest and be like, Yop would be so proud right now.
And then,
Right.
instead of shaking her hand, I will bend over
You'll what?
and touch my forehead to her hand.
Oh. Ooh. She seems pretty confused. But she's, right, okay. Takes all kinds, I guess. And what might you be doing here? How can I help you?
We are responding to the bounty you placed on the, in the air quotes, haunted mansion.
Right, yes, of course. And you have any evidence? And what might you tell me a bit about your process so I can, make sure you're all good and clear?
I will give you the short version, which is we have removed all undead threats from the house, as well as several animal infestations. I realize the house is pending sale or destruction. I would put out that it is essentially a liability waiting to happen. The boards are rotted. We had several people nearly fall from floor to floor. Just, throwing that out there.
Good to hear.
My companions here can give you the long version if you'd like, and he will gesture towards Vicaris. We do have several items taken from the undead creatures there to demonstrate that it is now clear.
Right, I see him.
I will pull out the beard. Actually, I believe I only have the strand left.
You only,
and I'll
you
pull
only
out,
have one hair of it, yes.
yeah, and
Go ahead.
one rib.
Zashel, I believe you have the jaw.
Oh, yeah. I will hand that over to Vicaris once I remember that I have it.
He'll hold them all out together, but not within reach.
She crosses her arms and studies them while they're in your hands. Right, okay. I see. Now, just to be sure, if I were to send surveyors out there, I wouldn't come to any potential harm outside the, what could be expected from traveling out that way, and, the potential falling through floors, as you put it, correct?
Yeah, the building is in bad shape, and we were there several days ago, so I cannot completely guarantee that more animals have not nested. We dealt with snakes and very large spiders and some strange mosquito creature. The undead in the basement, you should find no trouble from them.
All right, good to hear. I appreciate your efforts. All right. Yes, come inside. And she pulls you into the office. That is very tidy and well organized, and crammed with a lot of old books. And then she goes to a very large lockbox, where she acquires a very relatively small chest, and pours enough platinum pieces to count for gold, for 200 gold, into it, and hands it to you. She puts it on the desk. She locks it as well and hands you the key and says, "Be careful with that. There's definitely a few members out there that are willing to take mighty risk for something as hefty as this. And might I be of any other service for you today?"
Could next time, if you guys need our assistance, might I ask that you guys maybe provide us with some healing potions? For several of us almost died numerous times. Like, it was really dangerous. So, like, I don't want to ask for more money because you guys have paid us quite generously, but if we are to do any more favors for you in the future, maybe aid us in some remedies to help cure us when we are bit in the face by a snake and rendered unconscious for 6 hours.
Reinar sort of looks around and just doesn't say anything, but he looks like he's like, okay.
Right. Well, here's the deal. I don't know that exactly I'll be needing your services particularly anytime soon.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying for the future, if there's anything that comes up.
Well, wouldn't that be something that you could be working out with your own? You mentioned you're the new franchise of Acquisition Incorporated, right?
Correct.
The thing is that we have to build it up from the ground. So.
Well, from what I remember, the last couple of times they tried to settle around here, they had a pretty easy time of getting items from their own company whenever they needed it. I don't know that I would be able to afford such a frankly expensive expense in the event that I have just a couple of frankly mercenaries that could run away with some profits without any further example of loyalty, if you understand.
Kiara's gonna look at her teammates and she's gonna be like, Abernathy could have gave us health potions and he didn't? Oh, I'm gonna give him an earful when I get back.
Oh, so you're working with a unicorn,
Sorry.
are you?
It's already got a head full.
God, fucking good. Good
He
lord,
Oh,
you people.
well-
doesn't really appreciate that nickname, but yes.
Maybe I'll pay Yumi to give him a second horn. She's really good at aiming in facial areas.
Aye.
Maybe
Dark.
we discuss that another time, not in the council.
Yeah. Griner
If
looks
there's
around
any
and like slowly takes a step backward, just away from Kiara.
I didn't mean like kill him, because obviously that breaks our contract, but maybe we could just add two.
I think that Kiara, maybe you should wait outside for a minute.
Fine.
If there is any other work that you might need our assistance with, please do not hesitate to call upon Acquisitions Incorporated.
Right, well, I'll do as I normally do, and I pull up Pointer ads, and if you're so lucky, then if you get to him first, then we'll see. And if you continue to prove your worth to the city, I might be more willing to give you private contracts.
Understood. Quick question. When the house goes up for sale, do you know when that would be?
Well, we have a couple of surveyors that have to go check it out first, and I can't imagine I'd be able to get a good enough crew together before tomorrow. And they'd take about a day, maybe a day and a half, and a little bit of red tape after that, and by the end of the week, probably.
That soon. Fantastic. Thank you.
Anything else I can help you with? You go knocking on random doors? Okay, cool.
Kiara, you're a name here.
Anything else you guys need of Etta?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to figure out if this is worth asking about.
Honestly, she's just curious if there's anybody super hot on the council.
They're all old.
They're not
no.
all old, actually.
Oh, I forgot. There's the
Eleander.
one. Eleander is old. He's not.
Yeah,
Uh,
but he could get it.
It's Anders, the young one, right?
Also,
Thank you for bringing that back up.
Eleander. Also, Eleander is like.
Hot as fuck. What's up?
I mean, yes, but
Right?
also like mid to late 40s, not super old. And
Yes.
then
She's also
Uh,
not gender or species specific, so
yeah, we've got Manistrad, who's a pretty young female dwarf.
That
And
I hate it when I'm right.
and Galen Primewater, who is a little bit older. He so far appears to be the oldest. Besides Etta, Etta is absolutely the oldest you've encountered so far. And then a very, very young, not even 30, Anders Solmner.
Oh my god, he's
Hells
adorable.
yeah.
Like he's 16.
Hell yeah.
He looks like a child. He does.
Yeah, he's.
I want to talk to him
incredibly young.
next.
I was very saying, I'm stuck between either chatting up a couple of them, actually. That's pretty good.
Well, we're a little bit past game time, so if we can absolutely continue doing this next week, but if let's wrap up any interactions you guys need with Etta right now.
Yep, fuck it, I'm going for it.
All right, do it.
So, would you know who to speak with regarding the law enforcement bounties? We have some interest in that particular area, and I'm taken to understand that there is a bit of a smuggling issue here. Obviously, you have the pirates not that far out on Pirate Rock, and he just kind of hand waves because he can't remember the name of it. Would we speak to you? Would we speak to? Is there a guard captain or something?
She kind of has a bit of a stern expression, and she says, "My associate, Aleander. He's what we'd call the He's our waypoint between us and the king, and also the guards. He's very capable. If you're going to go to the very top, talk to Aleander. If you are going a little bit smaller focused, if you talk to Craddock down at the jailhouse, there's usually a bulletin as well for specific names and bounties and such. But Craddock is most likely going to be the one who can either give you a reward or send you with a letter of recommendation to Eliander, who can offer it. But all in all, altogether, we still, as a council, are the ones administering any possible rewards you might be earning. But Eliander's the one over most of the guards and militia and military in the area.
Eliander or Craddock. Thank you.
And I'll give you Craddock's name spelled out for you. There you go. Any other questions? Okay.
Nope. I'm good.
All right. Yop and Yumi, is there anything specific you'd like to be doing that I can take note of right now? And we finish up for next week? Or that would be the only second you need to narrate right now?
I think that's about it. Yumi kind of talks to Yop, and then she kind of sits there silently, watching whatever Yop is doing.
Yeah, and after the conversation, Yop will take out her tinkering tools and fool around with one of the leather straps that she purchased, and that's about it.
All right. Cool. Did you guys have a good night?
Absolutely.
Thank you,
This is-
Sarah.
So
This
far,
is
so
one of
good.
my more favorite.
Sorry, I was so out of it.
It's all good.
Probably shouldn't be taking like nighttime medicine before the game. Whoops.
That was not a good idea.
I was
We
pretty
had a
worried
couple
about
things
you.
that way.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah,
Good night.
get some rest, monkey. We'll see you Sunday.